once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And brothers and sisters, man, I am so excited to get started here today. I mean, like, holy cows, and praise God, and may it be only love that is with us all tonight. That is my hope, my prayer, my purpose, my goal. So to all of you joining in, man, and here we go, panel waste. Tommy, I love you, man. Hold your daddy close, he says. There's no turning back this time. You're a liar supporting liars. Already that's coming up. Modern Man lost again. Blessings to you. Snow, shout out to you. Crystal Shaman, to everyone. Blessings and love is really what it's all about. Blessings and love. It is only love is the topic of today's stream. And I'm going to drop this link here pretty soon, but I got a lot of ideas to share, a lot of content and happenings to discuss. Tommy, that's you trying to give tips to people who aren't trying. And whatever the views, man. Here, that's it. Only love will win in the end. This is true. Much love. And fools and tools, be rich in heart. Yes, that is beautiful words. Be rich in heart. Golly geez, would that not be the true treasure for heaven? It makes sense, right? Follow the logic. Oh, I got so many things to say, but I know there's a big part of this test that is Jack Talcott. Is what are the guests going to bring today? And so I always wonder, what is God got in store for me? I have been in love with God and life and love all day today, because truly this question, this idea, give yourself permission to relax. It's only love. It's only love that is with you. It's only love that matters. It's only love in the beginning. It's only love in the ending. So let love be with you. It's only love. I mean, that's what life is about. It's an expression of love given to you for you to do as you believe you should and can while you're here on earth, right? Like me. We've been given this opportunity of life again each day in this physical body, regardless of gender or color, all the other stuff, right? It's all basically the same humanity, human, right? The being that is similar but different than me. It's all just one thing. It's all the same thing. It's all just a happening, an experience. It's momentarily, right? It's momentarily felt and known and experienced, and then it becomes a memory. But memories, man, memories can come and go, just like moments can come and go, and ideas can come and go, and feelings can come and go, and things and jobs and relationships, they can all come and go. And does it really matter? Does it now? I mean, what really matters? Absent from love. See, we think things matter when we find ourselves absent from love, but the thing we think matters is what is keeping us from love. And in the end, it's love that's the real reason why you are here, why I am here, why we're here to experience this gift of life, that breath that's could not be without the perfect harmony of nature and all the trees and all the plants, right? We exchange breath with nature We share water together, right? It's all just one big happening of life. And this life, it's only love. Remind yourself of that, and you'll likely find it may be true for you, right? And the more you stop fighting, that's a key I found today too. The more you stop fighting, it's so simple and obvious. The more you stop fighting, the more you can notice. What does that mean? Well, stop fighting and then notice and see what you notice that you didn't notice before. In my case, it turned out to be a lot of really amazing things that I wasn't appreciating properly, right? Because I was caught up in this bullshit idea of the American dream, where politics and billionaires, they got all this power, and you ain't got no power, baby. That's what they tell you. Don't believe them. Don't believe them, because you are the power of life that is living here on earth today. And that is special. Okay? Because there's a lot of others right now that are living in fear, insecurity, right? There's a lot of suffering that's happening in the world today, but let's be grateful that it's absent. For the most part, it's absent from you and me. By the grace of God, all things get to be. But what do you want to be? What do you want to be important in your life? Let it be love. Let love be the most important thing for you, right? Do the things that you love doing, right? And you love doing those things because they're good for others. We're here to bring forth love and goodness into form, into life, together in community and family, individually. I mean, it really does matter what you do when nobody's looking. Because if you don't pay attention to what you're doing when nobody's looking, you'll be wondering what everybody's looking at, right? When you're around others, you won't be paying attention. Oh, blessing, Sam. Thanks for the heads up. And you know what? Golly geez, there's so much love. So many of you guys. Oh, Tom, goodbye to you. After I drop the link. Joy, the joy of the Lord is strength. Praise be. We find our strength in joy, joy and laughter. It shows your confidence and your position in you, right? So be proud to laugh and be proud to enjoy living as you, but do so with divinity, right? Do so with harmony and like the best of intentions always, right? Hopefully, hoping for a miracle, hoping that God might reveal a miracle with you and through you. Why? Just because you're just so in love with life. Love confuses those who are lost from love. They don't recognize it. Lala Blue, you are so positive, and I sure appreciate so many of you, man. This Sherry Peterson is really unholy and talking about you. He's been talking a lot of smack about me, man. He feels all confident and waving his whatever, man. He's one of many. He's one of many lovable characters who just thinks they're so much better than old Jackie boy. But you know what? I know who I am. Praise God. By God's grace, the power is with the I am. And that I am is who we are. The power is here and now. It's with us. If you get yourself out of the way, man, fools and tools. Take off the blinders. Use your ego as fuel, not battle with the it. If you're fighting with your own ego mental battle, man, it wears you out. It really does. I just love many of you. Hey, thank you. Samsonite, you as well. Your encouragement and positivity, man, many of you guys keep us going. Zillzone, this is a lie Only you can change your mind. Okay? We do have divinity. Do not deny that fact, and you will discover how right I am. Okay? How right you are, how divine you are can be discovered if you discard that idea that you do not have divinity. It's the backwards message that the church has taught shame and coping with rulership and poverty and divisions and blah blah blah. We don't have to live that way. We are divine, baby. We are divine. I freaking love so many. Forgive yourself and don't be discouraged of the silent achievements that no one else sees. Yes, that was what I was trying to bring out. That's much better said, right? It matters what you do when nobody's looking, and don't be discouraged of the achievements that you accomplish that people aren't noticing, right? You do you and watch yourself, your best self, grow into greater, right? Share some love, share some likes, invite others to join, right? It's only love. That's what it's all about here today, with me at least. Red storage units together. We are, I am. There you go. I am. Be not afraid, mortals. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. Fear not. Those things are written over and over, and the logic is sound, right? Perfect love casts out all fears. When you're with love and just true love, and true love is in your being, there is no fear, there's no worry, there's no guilt, there's no shame. It is the kingdom of God. When you're with that true love of who you are, the superhero. Who you are is the superhero of your life, not just for you, but for many others. We like in this society, the society taught us all to hold each other back, to hold ourselves back. And guess what that creates? Donald Trump as president, right? Invasions of Iran and Ecuador and right? The militarization of this world. That's what excuses, right? Holding people back, insulting others, just nonsense. Oh, praise be. Let me get off my high horse. Daisy, I love you. Yes, get out, get some sun, touch grass with bare feet. Jack, get her done. The last day we had sunshine, I was out. I was out sunbathing, and it was gorgeous and beautiful. I was on the fire escape, so I didn't have my feet in the grass as much, but it did felt good. We are here to grow, to do greater. Yes, Jesus said his disciples will become one with God as Jesus is. I would have to assume that comes with being divine, since we are God. Praise be. God is the here and now. The Christ is the new kingdom. The new kingdom, let it be with you. The new kingdom is where love rules. Let love rule you. All that you do, all that you think, all that you say, let it be with love, right? To be one with God as Jesus is. For his love is eternally present with us. I know, Daisy, there's so much life out there beyond what I'm living, beyond what we are. Be not afraid is what they say just before they draw their sword. Yes, welcome in, Daisy. When are we going to meet the aliens? When we stop fighting ourselves, I think more intelligent life will show itself. I mean, this follows just the patterns of logic. When people stop fighting, right? This is one of my notes. The more you stop fighting, the more you can notice, the more aware we will become. And as we become more aware through cooperation, disclosure, right, ending this nonsense of billionaires and authorities and all this rulership and royalty, we'll stop the fucking pretend the make-believe can go away, right? And through disclosures, proper education, we can turn humanity, rather than this shit show circus run by psychopaths, right? Going to war with each other, sending other people's children off to war as theirs, live luxury, right? That's the way it's always been so far here in America, is the rich prosper while the poor fight and die. If the disciples were divine as Jesus was, then why was Jesus able to teach them? They should have already known. See how that doesn't make sense? Your narrative isn't quite put together there, Zill. I get what you're saying, but I have in my recent history on YouTube, I came across an interesting presentation on Carl Jung's views on the disciples, and he presented the case how those disciples, even though they were right there with Yeshua, Jesus, that they didn't fully understand it, right? Because it is, and this is in line with my own theories, that it is truly through only the grace and will of God that any one of us, you, me, or any others, it is only through the grace and will of our God that we get to know. Knowledge is power, baby. Andy, God bless you. Your continuing support, generosity, leadership of generosity, and contributions. In the name of Yahweh, I hereby rebuke Donald Trump, God of the Republicans. May the God of Israel send down 2 she-bears to bring him out to Sheol to endure 1,000 years of bondage. I may have mispronounced Sheol. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasant day to you, man. And this, you know what? I don't want to rebuke Donald Trump. I want to help lead him into his own repentance. Donald Trump is, well, he's playing the role that he's playing. He's a worthless elite. Start to not, I don't know what you're saying, but Donald Trump is a very confused man, in Jack Talcott's opinion. Andy, thank you so much, my friend. And you know what? Forgive me. There has been a guest in the back. I intended no disrespect. And I want to remind us, in the background is the message: end all wars for lasting peace. Join us, us, whoever's with me, join us in creating a better future. And just real briefly, snafu, I forgot all this stuff. The Tal quote of today. We'll get to that after I welcome up Matthew. How are you, my friend?
If you believe they put a man on the moon.
What does it mean to be rebuked? I'm sorry. I'm glad you're here, my friend.
Let's stop the war today, Jack.
Yes. Help me with this.
United Nations together. You want to call the Senate right now? It's 313 West Coast. They're still open. Let's let's make some action.
I know. Pause.
We're just going to talk today. Okay.
Let's let God's love lead us.
No stopping wars.
Why are you interrupting?
Because God's love told me to.
No.
Everything's about God's love.
What does it mean to be rebuked? Because Andy offered a contribution rebuking Donald Trump. He's suggesting he has been rebuked. He has been rebuked. I was misreading it. I get you.
Jack.
What does it mean to be rebuked?
When I rebuke you.
What does that mean?
Will you tell me?
When you reject?
No.
Hey, welcome, Landry. How are you, my friend?
Okay, I rebuke Landry. I fucking rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Calm down, please. Thank you.
I rebuke him.
It has been noted for the record
that I rebuked Landry
and Jack.
No, I didn't say I rebuked you yet.
How long does the rebuking last?
We'll see. What do you got?
Well, to be honest, I didn't expect this to be so calm.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Everything is lining up. Who is Epic Fury? Operation Epic Fury.
Oh, that's the military operation.
The operation mainstream media is giving you. By the way, they're lying to you all. U.S. bases are fucking completely destroyed. We're fucking running dark. And if you only knew I'm going to go live later. Probably after you, Jack. And
you have a channel again?
I've had it.
He's got a number. He's got a number.
I have a mini. Oh, I just have been sick and dealing with shit and watching optics play out. But they're lying. Mainstream media is lying to you right now. But yeah, that's the name of the operation they're doing right now. But they're lying to you what's happening.
All right. Okay. Well, there's much going on. The world is exposing. God is revealing the lies to those who can see. You can know. I want to help you and many others. I want to help everyone see it is only love. Okay? From wherever you are, whatever you're dealing with, look and see to where the love is. Okay? Because this is the path. You got to find it for yourself.
Jack, we should do our own fortune cookies in our community. And will you help me write like a lot of the stuff you say?
Paul was keeping track of a bunch of Talcottianisms, and I got
what you're saying, dude. I don't even know. You receive what I'm receiving what I get.
And if you're open, you can receive some new ideas, and those new ideas can totally transform your future.
Don't eat it, Landry.
It was what do they call it? A tear, not a booger.
Okay. I know.
Golly jeez, dude. You are so easily distracted, Matthew.
I'm here with love.
I know. And may only love be with
rebukeness. I'm almost unrebuking Landry right now, though. I'm feeling the love, so I unrebuke you, Landry, for this second.
Good.
See, Jack? You stopped the war.
Wonderful. See, everything is possible. Now, there may be another miracle knocking at the door. This guy is
knock on my door. Someone's waiting for
Tommy
you.
Keeps showing up and fading away. So,
come and knock on my door. Someone's waiting for you.
Consider this. How we are created to be versus how many of us are.
So what are we gonna, Jack? If I may, what are we gonna do? Like these, our talking points are great.
Now,
there we go. Mr. Tommy's here.
Yeah, and Snafu, I need you to hold. I'm not gonna have Jack put you in the backstage. That's gonna be Landry. I just want Landry to know. Welcome to the attempt at Christianity. You already fucked up when you're fucking that woman outside of marriage, but I'm not judging you. But having said that, I don't like the way you operate. And if Jack wants my last,
you do like it. That's why you keep talking about it. There's something about it that catches your eye. It's the same thing with Talcott. It's not all just hey, it can't be.
No, it's being righteous judgment. I feel Tommy's giving you guys righteous judgment.
That's you, nigger. Now, Jack, put him in the backstage. I rebuke him in the name of Jesus, and Andy can't do that because he's an atheist.
Okay.
No, Landry, not fucking Snafu, faggot.
But he was accurate.
Who?
Landry was.
Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye.
Where did love go?
What a baby, dude.
He's absent from love. And you were right. there is something about you that he admires. There's something about me that he wants to, I don't know, be next to.
Yeah. It's clear, right? And that's
Go ahead, please. Sorry.
I just was thinking about this, right? It's a fascinating concept, right? And I was comparing it to, how a lot of people are always saying, oh, I just can't handle the drama. I don't want to do the drama. This, the drama, that. But then you see the most quantity of people come to say it, right? They all come to say it. So there's a part of them that obviously likes it. They're telling on themselves, but they'll all say that they don't. It's the same thing. When he's coming at us saying, every day he doesn't like, there's a part of it that he has to be interested in. Otherwise, he would be indifferent.
It's only love. And he doesn't realize it. So he's fighting it. But yeah, I think Tommy actually loves us both.
I think so.
Tommy,
you're a faggot.
So you love me.
You suck dicks, Jack. It's not a Christian thing.
You're making these things up and denying the fact that you love me anyway.
No, Jack, lean not on your own understanding. If you can't keep Snafu and get rid of Landry, then get rid of Landry.
Then do what?
For why?
Get rid of Landry, or it's goodbye.
For
what? Here, let me explore. What's going on, dude? What can we do?
What's going on? Do you think you're a Christian?
Does it matter what I think?
Well, compared to what you say, it does matter.
Well, I think it matters most what I say and do.
Right. Now we're getting somewhere, nigger faggot.
Tom.
Now you're a Christian that says, all right, are you going to share chats?
I'm going to listen and do my best.
You don't, nigger, because if you were a Christian, you wouldn't take such delight in witchcrafting with Paul and a tranny and going against Christianity.
How would you know?
Goodbye, Jack. And let me tell you something, Jack. I'm not this thing that you promoted Paul to say because you knew the truth and then you promote lies because you're a liar. One day, it's not for YouTube, Jack. It's not for YouTube. One day, I'm going to get with Dom and I'm going to find out what the fuck you did. And it'll just be for me because you're a piece of shit, Jack. Goodbye.
What if you're wrong? That's the whole point, is you're wrong, dude. These people, dude.
Yeah. I feel bad for him, but I also don't. You can only feel, because believe it or not, I can be very empathetic if I open my heart to people, but I try not to as often as I maybe could. It's my defense mechanism, right, where I don't want to open it to everybody. So right now he does not have my open heart, but I'm glad that he has yours.
Blessings to you. Good for you, right? Having these boundaries is healthy. I've been asking myself, what is wrong with me? I really do. I really do go to people that are just so fucking hard to love. But for whatever reason, I'm worse than like a clingy chick, maybe, because I'm always thinking, oh, my love will change them. Welcome back, Snafu.
Dude, that was not loving what I just witnessed that you did to me or Tommy. And you come on here to make grandiose claims that you want to talk to leadership in this world.
I know.
And you also make claims with the religious aspect to it.
Right.
And Tommy's right. Tommy's right. What does what does 2 Corinthians tell us about being unequally yoked with those involved with sorcery?
All right.
What about the Bible, and what does it say about foul language?
Yeah.
It's got to say something, right?
It does. And I don't remember the scripture off the top of my head, but there are things. You certainly do not want to be a false witness. And Snafu has repeatedly, he calls himself a journalist, but he's running around trying to accuse and punish people for what he chose to report on. But he's not even looking at what he's ignoring. dude, fools and tools. It's an addict mindset. This society we live in, it could not exist if people were not addicted to all sorts of things. It's we live in a toxic environment. But the good thing is we're more healthy than we realize. All we got to do is stop doing the the ugly things. Won't let you up? Let me check. I don't think let me make sure I don't have you blocked, Daisy. Doesn't look like it. Unless you're Home Harvest.
Hey, can I take a minute to appreciate our poll from a comment I didn't see yesterday?
Please.
I just wanted to tell you that it was the comment of my year, our poll, when you said that I was built like Orthodox guy before I found Greek yogurt. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. Daisy, that's interesting. That's unfortunate. You know, you're an interesting lady, and I'm happy you're here. I really am, because you're someone who's fun. But golly geez, where was I going? Codependency. Here, actually, I was thinking about economics earlier today, about these parasites that are these private equity firms, right? BlackRock and whatever, all the rocks and stones and streets. Private equity creates problems. Well, private equity is the basis of capitalism. So capitalism at its fundamentals is nothing but private equity, and these private equity firms are just an exaggeration of the essence of capitalism. So it's really highlighting the problems in this world.
Can I ask you about the thumbnail you chose for today? It's like a
yeah.
bumper sticker, because this is wild. This is one of those coincidences, right?
Yes.
So can you tell me if there was like a spiritual talking that you had with God or something, and he told you to do this because he knew that my white bumper fell off of my car today?
No.
I saw that and I was like, okay, either someone knows something and they're messing with me, or it's divine intervention.
It could be divine, because this praise God, choose love, and live without fear to walk with faith. That's something I've been typing out quite a bit. And so I asked my friend who does the thumbnails, I said, hey, what do you think about this as a quote? I said, I'd even love to have a bumper sticker with that. So I was talking to someone else recently about bumper stickers too. So that would be one I'd love.
Decals too. So what we just did for this guy, my Christian friend, my my mentor, I guess you could call him, some decals that lead to a Bible verse that he likes. It's just a picture of the Bible verse. Kind of, it's like if you're going to do a QR code, you might want to do something more advanced than that. But he's 70, so I get it. But I was thinking you should do a QR code that links here, and you're like, you driving? You bored? Come listen to this.
I could. You know what? I saw someone else do that too. I don't understand the QR codes completely. I know that I've got this one now.
Ooh,
for
the link?
For my live without fear. And I know there's a lot of options on what things can be done. We're living in such an amazing age right now, dude. This is what I'm realizing. Humanity is doing things wrong. That's all it is. And if people realize that love is more important than anything, we're going to change the world. I tried pointing this out. Snafu snaps. I was thinking about earlier, right? Being healthy and wise. That's the way to live, right? Become healthy and wise. And what do we have in our society? a lot of sick and foolish, right?
People
And
have been
so
drinking too much Red 40.
Oh, the sick and foolish. I was just going to bring up. He just disappeared.
Who was it?
Snafu.
Oh, okay. Is he jumping in and out?
No, he is one that represents the sick and the foolish, right? But we are created to be healthy and wise, and love leads us to those things. When we don't feel loved, we'll let ourselves go to shit. I've watched myself do that several different ways and several different times.
Like,
Right?
is it like a mirror in the bathroom?
That's one way. Wait, what?
You said you watched yourself go to shit.
Yeah.
So,
Seeing my belly get soft and my muscles fade away. Dude, it's sad to see.
holy cows, man.
You know? But what I keep reminding myself is I've got this body, and this body is a miracle. All I got to do is some simple little things like exercise and nutrition. And next thing you know, I'll be buffed and lean, ripped, solid. You know?
Do you want to be?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you can be buff, like Joe Rogan kind of guy now, and then I'll be the street preacher. All right?
All right.
All right. I don't know what I'd need to do to become more street preacher-esque. I think maybe lose some weight. I think maybe I could be okay at this weight. What do I do with the hair?
Anything you want.
Longer?
That's
Probably it's gotta be longer, huh? It might take some time.
Anything you want. That's the cool thing. There's people doing all sorts of things. That's what I realized. It's your life to live. However you want to live, however you will love living, live that way. I was thinking about this though, right? The difference between wise people and foolish people. What happens is there becomes a codependency between the wise and the foolish. People will make things out to be harder than they are. Both the wise will and the foolish will. They'll overcomplicate things and make it confusing. But yeah, some examples, right, of how people make things out to be harder than they are. Overcomplicating things, politics, economics, religions. Doesn't have to be so complicated to live amongst each other and to get along with each other. It's actually pretty simple.
Okay, I got it. Hold on. All right, here we go. I love technology.
I do too. I love that you get it.
Here we go.
Could be. Oh. You don't know how real that is, but another perspective on that is truly repent. The beginning is now.
Yes, and we got to make you buff. So the buff is now.
Yes.
That's important. All right, there you are. Okay, that's a good facial expression. A nice smile. Oh wait, no, we got to get you with the long, the luscious locks. Okay, as a buff, Jim Bro. Alrighty, pretty good. Oh my god, dude!
I still just see yours.
I know. Sorry, I just 1 second. Okay, here it is. Okay. Oh goodness gracious! All right, brace yourself.
All right. Oh yeah, baby. Rock on. That's wow. That is Talcott as Hercules.
It's
man.
a little too buff, I think.
Yeah, a little bit extreme. That's I'm not going to be putting that much time into the gym, but
That'd be. You might have to take off your your streaming time if you wanted to get that buff.
Right? Dude, that's funny though.
You know, here's what I've always noticed about those kind of people is that they're always showing their body to other men. Like the women are kind of like, yeah, cool, great. You know what I mean? They don't really care, but the men are like, yeah, bro, look at your buff, I'm buff, we're buff together, dude. Yeah, let's look at each other.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
I know. More than lentils for that. Yeah.
Do you think Red 40 drives a big old truck?
Possibly.
Like another form of that, you know, all caps compensating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, you know, there's a lot of fascinating, amazing characters who are a part of this experience. But it's codependency. It's so obvious. That's what we're seeing is codependency. Red 40. There you go.
Hey.
A red truck at that. Seeking attention. An attention seeker for sure.
Oh yeah. But in the weakest way too, right? Doesn't have the balls to come up in how many years? Come on, Red 40. You know, how many bumpers does it have? Do cars have more than one?
I think he's making fun of you. He made
clearly, but it was
fell off.
The better sentence would have been, it has its bumpers still too, but not it has all of its bumpers. But thank you.
Oh man, sorry to hear, Daisy. I hope something works out through you. And there we go. Beautiful. So some of the things I was thinking about today, right? This idea of capitalism, private equity, this private equity involvement has really created a corporate takeover. There is, by evidence, it's not really rumor, there's plenty of evidence to show that there is this Epstein class, right? It's people that place themselves above the law and they do some sick and twisted things because, well, the world has fallen. Mankind has fallen away and lost from love. But you and I and those like us, we are the answer who God has sent forth. Just like God sent Jesus and the Buddhas and many, many spiritual leaders, many saints, many radicals, right, have come into form, into life. It's the development and the evolution of life and knowledge that we are as people. Give yourself permission to relax. Only you can do so, right? But if you take control of you and you own you and you're responsible for you, then you can care for you. And if you can care for you, you can love you. And you better believe that if you love you, you can trust you. But only you can show yourself worthy of your trust, your love, your care, your respect. You create you. But it's not just you, right? It's love. Love creates you. Allow love to be with you, to be for you, to be through you, right? So that you live with a love for life, and that life and love can be shared with others. That's what I'm trying to do, right? It's my hope to do, at least. But in the background, I'm really all about end all wars for lasting peace, right? Join us, creating a better future for everyone's children. There are so many crimes against humanity going on right now in our modern day societies. We can change the world if we allow love to be with us and allow love to be true, not just for you, but for others. But the love you offer to others, the forgiveness, the mercy, the compassion, the generosity, those things you give to others, you're really rewarding yourself. You're rewarding yourself with a better world. And as you create a better world around you, you grow. your character grows, you become better. That's the natural process of life. It's simple. It's so simple, so easy. God is so good. It's only by God's grace. It is only by God's grace. So seek to be with God's grace and know it is only love. It is only love that God wants you to know, that God wants you to feel, that God wants you to share with others, right? But it's up to you. Where are you going to discover your love if all you're doing is complaining about these problems you imagined are so important? Who told you to believe what is important beyond love? Don't, just let it go, right? If it's not love, just let it go. Just let it go. Just be gone. And breathe and let only love be with you, because it is only love that matters. The more you think about that, I am very confident you will come to the same conclusions that I did, that that's true. It's true that only love matters, right? Doesn't matter the question, love is the answer. Comes in many forms, many disguises, many ways, and it doesn't always feel right, but love is what is true. So be in love with the truth of you. Be in love with the truth of everything around you and be one with all of that. Because that's what love is. Love is taking the many, the multiplicity, into bringing it into a oneness, a unity, a harmony, right? So give yourself permission to harmonize with that energy of love and joy and independence and freedom and spontaneity and creativity, right? That's what love is all about, baby. It ain't complicated. It ain't complicated, but the complicated will keep that away from themselves. It really will. Blessings to all of you. Express yourself fearlessly, freely, yes. And just be responsible for you, but love you. And the two go together, man. They really do. This is the thing. Everyone knows love. Okay, but we fall in love with the wrong ideas, the wrong things. We live in a world, it's like a funhouse mirrors where everything reflects upon itself, and people get distracted by the shiny things. Oh, gold, oh, silver, oh, diamonds, oh, those are pretty, those are valuable, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, you're fighting over digital numbers on imagined currency, right? A bank deposit slip. It's all bullshit. It's all imagined. I mean, people are pretty creative, man, but you got to realize people will use their creativity for the wrong purpose. But good people pay attention, right? They listen, they notice, right? And they're wise. And there's many wise people I've discovered online in the YouTube realm, in the Instagram, the social media, right? I've discovered a lot of wise people. They're exposing a lot of the corruption in the governments and the banking system, the history. Brothers and sisters, it's no nonsense. While it is only love that matters, life is a representation of love. So let's love life. Let's love the lives of those we have not yet met. Let's love the lives of those who are really dealing with suffering. There's wars and conflicts going on right now. We've got a commander-in-chief, a war department, that are just out of control. Congress doesn't seem to know what to do with this new situation that keeps getting bigger and bigger, this bigger ego of Donald Trump's, where he thinks oh, praise God, he is so lost. Brothers and sisters, mankind is lost from love. Lost. Why are we lost from love? Because we've been conditioned to be separated from one another. We believed in the bullshit, right? Whether it's politics, economics, religions, whatever. We believed in the customs and the traditions more than each other. I've witnessed it. I've been guilty of it. I'm seeing it happen. Wars can end. Reforms can begin immediately. We're only a few choices and agreements away from that, from peace on earth and complete transformation of everything, right? Let it be with you. Let love transform you. Let all things be possible with you, through you, by the grace of God. It might be true that we are, right? We are the ones who God has sent into the darkness to bring light to the darkness so that the darkness would have no more space for control or power, right? So that people were leading themselves and each other with love, for the purposes of a greater world. That's what's happening. I know I'm a part of that. I'm inviting you to do that too in your own way. Lead others and yourself into a greater world. How? Knowing it is only love that matters. It's only love that matters in the end. It's only love that matters in the beginning. So be with love in the present, the time that you are here. Let love lead you into the next adventures, right? Because if it is only love for you, may only love be with you. And if only love is with you, what have you got to lose, man? You got everything that matters. God's love. It's for the healthy and wise and the sick and the foolish. But truly, if we unite together, we can bring a balance. We can bring a balance into this world. So the world of capitalism and private equity and all the problems that create these profits for a few, it can all be transformed. See, we can overcome the codependency, create an interdependency where each individual is sovereign, right? Self-rulership, self-governing, but we do that through cooperative and intentional social education, right? We share knowledge with each other, doing a lot better job, bringing in the experts to help teach children, right? Not just an educator, but combine the two. I don't know. There's just so many ways that this world of ours can change and improve. And I tell you what, I might be over 50 years old now, but I do feel very blessed, right? I feel health and life within me. And I know that with the right intentions, the right activities, the right opportunities, the right actions, my health can improve and I'll feel even better. And the more better I feel, man, the more I am going to do what I can to bring peace to the world. Because that's what I found. Wisdom is liberating. See, a well-educated man cannot remain a slave. That was said by someone long before me, something like that. This trigger is an inner, not an outer problem, but I found a lot of triggers, man. I didn't realize I had so many triggers. The grain of a mustard seed, that is where the faith can grow. Stand now with Israel? No, Gary, bless your heart. We cannot support the genocide, the murder, the human sacrifice that's going on. Oh, it's so evil. It is absolute evil that is going on, brothers and sisters. And there's nobody to blame but people. For people are responsible for people. We are responsible for one another. I don't care what people think, right? We've got this world where everyone denies responsibility, denies accountability, right? Everyone's just an order follower, following somebody's rules, enforcing somebody's orders, doing what they're told. The ICE agents, the enforcement agents. Praise God. God created us for so much more than what humanity has discovered so far. I am confident of that. Because I'm telling you, in the future, I think in the future, there are going to be some bumper stickers, some live without fear bumper stickers. And maybe one of these, praise God, choose love, live without fear, to walk with faith. And what I offered with that today, when you trust that only love matters, you realize how correct that is. But you got to trust that only love matters, and then you'll experience that only love matters. And when you experience that, there's no denying that only love matters. You know it. And so really just live without fear, walk with faith, to choose love. And then as you're choosing love, dude, praise God. Praise God. It's like just the obvious choice. I say thank you so many times in my day, every day. Thank you, God. I awake in the middle of the night. Thank you, God. I'm following this path that I believe is holy. It is the path of love. And when you walk with love and honesty, right? Committed to the truth. I will tell no lies, right? I do not want to deceive or misinform anyone. And yet I know there's been a lot of confusion around me. But truly, a commitment to the truth, that's how you show yourself love. Only you can do that for you. And I tell you what, the world deserves it. We got to end the gossip and the rumors and spreading all the lies. The only one who can censor ourselves is ourselves. The only one who can listen to us is really us. You need to listen to you as you listen to those around you. But there's so many times where I found myself offering to others the advice that was just for me, right? There's a perfect alignment that the universe brings forth. It's qualities of energy. I mean, there's the existence, right? I'm trying to explain existence and consciousness and the energies of thought, emotion, all those patterns I've found. It doesn't have to be complicated. Love is actually very easy. It's very simple. And I truly trust and believe that as God is awakening you and me and others like us, there's a realization that's going on within all of us. Many people know there's something wrong, right? They're just ready. They're done. They're done fighting. They're exhausted. They're lost. They're angry. They're sad. There's so many people that are at these points. It's time for us to unite together, right? Because the more we unite together with positivity, with encouragement, with faith, with support, with real presence, right? Being with one another. Because the time we have here on earth with one another, it's actually pretty short. It's precious. And we got a society that wants us to sell our time here on earth away for a friggin' paycheck. And then we want to argue about how little people should be paid, how few benefits they should receive. We've got working class poor. I mean, there's real life slavery still happening in this world. And it takes many different forms, but truly in the Bible, it is written, one who sins is a slave to sin. For truly, if you are with love, with God, God, I believe, will turn you into your own sovereign master so that you can be a leader amongst others as Jesus was, as you were created to be in your own unique way. Now, a leader could be one who is just doing the most beautiful flower arrangements, writing the most incredible poetry, authorship, whatever, right? Every one of us has these talents and gifts that we've been given. A lot of times we don't get to spend time with those because the society tells us we got to earn a living, right? Because that's what everybody has to do. You got to earn your way in life. Fuck that. God has given us life. And with that life that you've been given, you have a right to live. Okay? Now, to live, one must not be filled with sin for the sinful ways or for those who die. You're going to lead yourself to destruction. But the way of Jesus, the way of love, that is where your life truly happens. When you're with love, baby, that's when life truly happens. So be with love. Walk in that way that Jesus showed. He was persecuted innocently. The guy did nothing wrong and, just hung up and stabbed and treated like shit, beaten. And he said, forgive them. Forgive these fools. They know not what they do. He said it with more compassion, right? Oh, praise God. Is that all of this is biblical? That is what we are living. We are living the continuation of the Bible, and I believe it is true. The words of Jesus, they make sense, right? God is a giver of life, right? Jesus becomes the vine that we can be grafted into, right? To be one with the giver of life and the giver of love. That's the vine of goodness that brings forth the fruit. And the fruit that was planted through the story of Jesus, the teaching of Jesus, that fruit that has emerged, the followers of that way, that's me. That's those of you, it is, right? We are the fruit of today that Mother Earth has mothered, right? Has emerged. That God, Father Time, right? All, the Father Absolute of all that is, right? That has brought forth us into today. And we are the memories of the past and we are the imaginations of the future. But all that we get is right here and now. Because right here and now, wherever you go, is everything. Everything that is you is with you in your here and now. And we really are. We are just simply, individually and collectively, we're like just a few choices and agreements away from ending wars, right? You, any disagreements, battles, conflicts, competitions, anything you've had with another. You're just a couple of choices and agreements away from ending that conflict and transforming, right? Breaking habits, creating new, healthier versions of ourselves and this nation. A couple of choices, a couple of agreements away. That's all it takes. Willingness. Are we willing to take the answers that have been given and bring forth heaven on earth as I think God wants us to receive? I'm still waiting to see, trying to see what I can come up with on my own. Everybody wants to rule. See, that came out in our lifetime, right? Got into our subconscious, built these ideas into us. This is what I mean. My life is a perfect story for why I am who I am today and why I am saying what I am saying today. I've said this before, War Support. You are confused individual. I didn't say that part before, but I actually said that when I was on active duty as a young man, young American soldier. I believed in, my stepfather was a conservative, I was raised with the idea that it was unions that had been destroying our nation. I was conditioned with all sorts of crazy thoughts. And I actually said that as a soldier, war is good for the economy. We need a good war for this economy, right? That was under George Bush Sr. He got it. I didn't realize how foolish I actually was. Imperious, love you too, man. I got so much love for so many folks, man. Um, this, our choices, each individual choice, all of our choices add up into this life we're living together. Okay. We got to choose better. This political nonsense of choosing the lesser of two evils, right? Because only two parties are the ones you got to go to. That's bullshit. If your choices are limited, you are not free. You're not in charge if you limit your choices. You're just obedient to what's been given to you. Let's not do that anymore. Let's work together to expand the minds of one another so that everybody shows support for everybody, man. I love it. I do fail. I fail with every bomb dropped. I have not yet achieved my path to success, and I have regrets. All choices do have consequences. To freak this, it has been the problem of the world throughout the entire world. It's been a lack of leadership, but the answer has been with us for so long. The perfect example of leadership was that of Yeshua, Jesus. He is the epitome of leadership, right? Willing to die, give his life for others so that they may live with greater knowing of peace and freedom and truth. We don't have people in government that are willing to die for peace. They just seem to want to go to war, man. And so it has been. It's been a lack of leadership. But this is what I suggest. Let's, men and women of today, conscious, right? Conscious men and women of today who have integrity and true, honest character. Let's unite together to be the body and will of Christ, right? As the body of Christ, we go forth with the intentions and the ideas, the voice to convince Donald Trump, Hegseth, Congress, get their shit together and let's end this militarization nonsense, this capitalization and exploitation, and this debt-ridden society can become a thing of the past. It's been a lack of leadership. Well, guess what? Old Jackie boy, despite the reputations and the accusations, old Jackie boy's been studying leadership. And I actually know a lot of people that we could go to help this to happen, but I haven't been able to get their attention. The answers are here, brothers and sisters. The answers are you and me. Anything we want can become a reality. What would make you change your mind about war? War it's a sickness, it's a sadness, it's an expense that our society does not need to fund. We can bring peace to the world. When we bring peace to the world, we end this exploitation nonsense. We work together to actually create heaven on earth. I believe this is what God intended. A world filled with those who live to glorify the name and the ways of Jesus in the way we live amongst each other, the way we treat one another, right? Leading one another to the truth. There's many who are doing that already without realizing that's what they're doing. They should be feeling pretty good about themselves. They could be feeling pretty good about themselves. But we live in a world where shame and guilt and resentment and hate and anger and fear and all this propaganda and emotional nonsense. It's just dished out and enabled and passed around. It's all a bunch of bullshit, baby. It is. Brothers and sisters, the only thing that matters is love. Let that be true for you, and you will know. Yeah, man. Fools and tools. Who said this? Daisy, you are so confused. Trump has nothing but chaos, and he is out of control. He's not leading. I don't know what he's doing. No, he is leading in his way. Let me not be argumentative. Depends who you have at the table, because your thing of friendships and relationship is then patting you in the back while they're stabbing you. You have relationships with conditions, and you need people at the table seeing your vision. I believe that is all of us. We really do. We need to see one another to be more in line with one another. And as that happens, harmony happens, the synergy of unity happens. Here is a man I admire and I am grateful to have back. Welcome back, Hank. How have you been, my friend?
Good afternoon, Jack. I've been pretty well. How are you?
Besides the war that's going on and escalating around the world, I'm feeling pretty great about my own position.
Yes, it's unfortunate that Trump is obsessed with wiping out world leaders. This is his second one this year, where he can build up his legacy.
It's crazy, man. All of these people are absolutely crazy.
You know what else is crazy? I saw earlier that our friend Tommy was trying to help you again when he doesn't understand that he's actually in the worse place than you are. He's just stuck in this cycle. He's trying to help people that can help him. Probably to just protect his ego.
Yeah. The thing is, he and I could help each other very easily. However, we've been divided. I think it's kind of similar with you and me, Hank. I'm not sure how exactly. Go ahead, please.
So the dynamic between you and me and Tommy and you and Tommy and me is quite different. Like, for one thing, neither of us feel the need to curse each other out on a regular basis just to assert dominance. We don't feel we don't feel so weak that we need to curse each other out. We could talk to each other like adults. Tommy wants to baby everyone to distract from the fact that he's acting like a overgrown child.
He's revealing, the triggers and insecurities he carries. They show up, and they show up kind of these childish patterns. The book of Melchizedek. The book of Melchizedek, and that's something I believe is going to become more, I intend to learn more about as well. This line of that priest, that line of priests. Because there is something significant between Melchizedek and Yeshua and the true teachings. The past. Go ahead, Hank, please.
Yeah, so the difference between us is a philosophical disagreement. You prefer using faith and vibes, and I prefer using facts and science, even though most of our conclusions are pretty similar. We go about our philosophy different.
Yeah. I think many of our conclusions are very similar, but we part ways on a few things. And where I was pointing at the similarities, there's clearly differences and distinctions, and I agree with what you brought up, Hank. What I was pointing at, though, is I actually think all of us could help each other. Tommy and I, and then you and I, those are the ones that I was looking at myself. You and him, I have no clue, not mine to guess at. But I think I could help Tommy, and Tommy could help me. And maybe there's the same with you, my friend. You have been. I think we have been.
Yeah, we've been helping each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tommy wants to help people, but he just doesn't understand that he doesn't have the capability to do anything positive.
He has the capability. He's lost sight of the willingness to do positive because he's gotten into this habit of being angry at me.
He has the potential, but he's just not set up. Okay, and it's very strict, my words. His potential's there, capability's not there because he's literally a bum, and he's here to trying to get attention, distract from how poor his life has been going recently. So that's why I pray for him. As soon as every time we think about him, at least.
I agree, man. That's good for you. War support, that's easy. If you want more war, how can I help? Realize that you're misleading yourself. You don't actually want more war. There might be an aspect of war that you desire, but what you desire is love. Love is what fills you and moves you and holds you and sustains you. Love is what you want more of, not war.
And what I would do is set him up for failure. So what I would tell him to do is petition for Trump for not only a third term, but a fourth term and a fifth term. So if you want more war, just vote more Trump. Damn the Constitution.
Actually, I know it seems I heard midterms maybe starting in some states pretty like today or soon. There's been observations that if the nation is at war, maybe those midterms won't happen.
Sorry,
And if he's concerned about losing the midterms, maybe he would choose war instead of those results. And this could be very true. I believe there are many people who think, well, they have this belief that they only know war, but the reality is that's not true. Okay, intermittently, there's been moments of peace, moments of joy, moments of love, moments of appreciation, intermittent in the war. Otherwise, I don't know if you'd make it. So the key is to look away from what you think you know and look into what have I ignored? What have I missed out on? That's really what I think is the key. People who aren't ready to change, like people in the Epstein class, how will you convince them they're living wrong, and how will you give them desire to change their lives? It won't be just me. It'll be us as people. Are you with me or not? I mean, this is kind of the thing. I think we just need to take a step and do it. How do I learn to love? You've got to challenge yourself. Okay. You've got to trust that love is there. And I'm telling you, if you're willing to, this is true for me. When you trust that only love matters, right? You keep reminding yourself that through your day, through whatever you're doing, and you really contemplate on that idea. Only love matters. You realize how correct that is. But you've got to give yourself space to believe that you can know love, that love is available for you. If you don't believe it is, you won't even try. You'll find excuses and stuff. But If this is honest, please, I'd love to help you. I'd love to help you with what I've learned of myself, and I'm willing to do so with pretty much anyone. Because love is who you are. Love is who all of us are, behind the identities, behind the opinions, behind the imaginations. There's just an awareness, and that awareness is with love or not. You get to choose depending on your relationship with God. Yeah. Jack basically says war is horrific and those abusing power should be held to account. How about we unite and uphold what is good and righteous? And for some reason, I get a lot of opposition. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating. I can't remember Daniel 10:12, but Donald Trump has everything he needs. God has placed him. I believe the seals are being shown, right? The revealed. The thing is it may not have to continue on for a long, long time. God can work miracles instantaneously, right? And only the Father knows the day and the hour, and that day and the hour may be upon us. And this momentary flash of consciousness can be realized and amplified through you, through me, through all of us beings here on earth. And then guess what? The new kingdom starts to appear, this shimmering glory of light and life and love. And we realize it was always there for us. What God had offered for us is happy endings, joyful beginnings, right? Little scariness and adventure in the middle, right? Where you think you're lost, you think you're confused, you think, oh, God will never forgive me. I'm so guilty. I'm so shameful. And then you know what? You're all of a sudden you're saved. And things are different. Your life has changed, and you're no longer in the darkness. You're no longer in the sadness. You're no longer in the misery and trap of addiction. You're leading yourself with God. Oh, this ticked me off. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Jack, what do you think about Trump being anointed by Jesus to bring about Armageddon for the return of Jesus? As some of the alleged military leaders have been telling the troops, I think that's what that's in reference. It's a sign. It is a sign, my brothers and sisters. A sign from God. What are we going to choose?
Okay, sorry about that, Jack. I had to, I had to talk to my bank. My business debit card for my new LLC didn't get here in a timely manner, and I found out that they didn't send it. So I'm getting that fixed.
So things are on the way, though, to being corrected.
Absolutely, things are on the way. And
Good
about
for
that
you.
doomsday cult, I mean, I hear about the doomsday cult and say, "Oh, everything's gonna go to crap." But they won't if we actually fix things and maintain things. We don't have to have doomsday. We just have heaven if we just tried hard enough.
I think it's going to happen, Hank. I really do. Because we have everything we need. All of the answers have been given to us, mankind, collectively. Everything we need is already here to create heaven on earth, to end this nonsense of private equity, of exploitation, right? This corrupted pattern of ownership where it costs human beings. We're destroying the world we've been given. We're at war with each other, meaning we're at war with ourselves. Brothers and sisters, only love is going to heal the world.
and I've been reading and watching guys stuff on modern monetary theory, and it turns out in that system, taxes don't pay for government. Taxes are for shaping the economy itself. So things you don't like, you tax more to make people do it less. So we should probably tax war more.
I think we should eliminate the option of war.
Maybe 200% tax on defense companies.
Well, I heard a comedian talking about that. You know, you start raising the cost of ammo, there's going to be a lot less friendly fire happening.
You're
Tommy?
a fucking idiot.
I know.
Are
What
you
is it?
talking about when Chris Rock said if you make a bullet $500, there ain't gonna be no innocent bystanders? You're a fucking idiot, Jack. War is not a thing that is agreed upon. It is a thing that is against your will, but you must do it to survive. And your fucking dumbass wants to loop these same old tired political arguments when we're literally 8 years out from being replaced by AI, which will be the Antichrist beast. You are a fucking idiot, Jack.
Let me tell you a secret, Tommy.
I'm not talking to you.
Let me tell you a secret. Listen, you won't be replaced by AI if you have some creativity left.
Faggot.
If you have some creativity left, you can't replace it with AI.
Faggot. Nigger faggot. Oh, you kicked the nigger faggot. The leftists aren't going to like that, Jack. Fucking piece of shit.
Why are you so angry? Golly geez, man. He's sorry about that, Hank. You know how he gets.
I mean, if he's trying to be the enforcer, I mean, you got to actually do a thing. Come on. They're saying a couple of different words that don't work on me is never going to work on me. Think about it.
He's ludicrous, man. His anger reveals his weakness. It does for all of us. Guys, someone said something earlier about triggers. I don't think I shared it or I saved it. Triggers are for ourselves. They're like warning signals. You need to look at you if you're getting angry, if you're getting gang stalking Gestapo. Jack, I need help. Please help me. Help you. Help yourself. Yes, we are one. Let's help one another and create a better world for everyone. That's the whole point. Here, Hank, please be patient. I'm going to see if I can remove distractions.
Yeah,
Tom?
I just need to let your tourist fucking viewers know. Perhaps like Zill, the guy that will never be on my channel again because he's a fake fucking shill, flip-flopping, fence-riding, lukewarm fucking Christian into anal wine. Shut up! Your money. You can't do a show yourself, Jack. You're a looping idiot. I'm giving your listeners something to actually consider.
Number one weakness is apologizing for Little Tommy's hate and belligerence. Numbers dropping. You know what? You're right. You are right. Holy cows, we have an amazing opportunity. Hey, Tom.
Love is still available, Tom.
Let's do it.
Remind him of that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Fuck you, Jack. You ain't got shit to do. I'll do your fucking wife in the ass if I wasn't a Christian. Oh, look, Paul, he wants to one-on-one us. That's not good for you, Paul. He's just going to walk out on your behalf anyway. It just shows how weak you guys are. Now, Paul, why are you trying? Hey, shut up, fattet.
Tom, what makes you think that you can decide how this is going to go for me?
What?
Love and peace are available for me. You can't decide how this is going to go for me. You'll be lucky if you can decide how this is going to go for you favorably.
What's that mean? How about you break that down, faggot?
It means love and peace are not available for you, I suspect.
Not from you. You're a narcissist. You're a fake ass.
From me, for you, with you, from you.
Well, then the only reason you would say that is because you are of the dark side trying to convince me that's true when I know it's not.
Tom, The dark side is the persecutor, the accuser, the one making accusations, the one trying to bring us to war and discontent. Hashtag that's you.
Okay. Okay. Love, Jack. Are you going to go round two?
I
Let's
think
get
I'm going to fully merge right now in this moment. I'm feeling a full-on merge.
I've always said you guys need to get together. It's easier to just nuke you both from orbit that way. You're liars.
Paul,
You're both fucking liars.
Tom, please.
Jack,
down.
through this game, Jack. You're both fucking liars. You're going to flip on him. The next time we're here alone, you'll say, me and you could take Paul down. Fuck you. No, you couldn't take down your own fucking thing. Another one.
There's the divider and accuser again, trying to pit people against each other.
You're a narcissist. Why don't you shut your fat mouth? You might learn something.
Hey, Tom, that also might be you.
Yep.
I'm going to encourage you to take a step back from your behavior and look at it.
May the spirit of Paul be with you, Tom. Peaceful.
And also with you.
Oh, wait.
Tom, is it possible that we're all, on some level, reflections of certain tests and challenges that either have been overcome or are yet to be overcome?
No, because you keep leaning on that when you don't know what the fuck you're saying, and I've debunked it a million times. So lean into it, fat boy. You got nothing because you're an antichrist spirit.
Tom.
Fuck you, Jack. What you got inside my name?
I don't remember Jesus saying, "Thou shalt not be fat." Yeah. That's kind of rude, Tom. That's definitely not peacefully loving me. That's definitely not.
Tom, please don't be so angry.
Piece of shit, are you?
You need to look at your anger, please.
Telling me what I need, Jack. Because
I know.
Every time we do this, are you over talking me, Jack?
Yes, because I don't need to hear you lecture.
Yes, you say Tom needs my help. Tom's got problems. And then I say, what the fuck does that mean? You run away from it again.
Your problem,
like a faggot. If you say Tom and play,
your attitude is your problem, Tom. You need to stop fighting. There he goes.
Well, just like internally, how he runs from self-control. As soon as you try to practice control with him, he runs off.
It's a protective mechanism for his ego. He runs and deflects and blames. It's like a toddler.
He's in a fight or flight state, Jack. It makes perfect sense. Completely adrenaline dumped. If he's not fighting, then he's running. Fighting and running. Tom, you can't fight and run all your life. At some point, you're going to have to sit with you, who and what you are and what you've created, and face it. And for your own good, right? I would know that. I'm not speaking something that I wouldn't know firsthand.
Did somebody say dark side?
No, we've seen enough of that.
Okay.
Tony, welcome to you. How are you today, brother?
Hey, again, mate. I'm amazed how tolerant you are.
Tommy has been an amazing test for me. Him and Snafu and others, but
and Paul and Margot and Banana.
I stopped the long list, but Tom is here in the back.
I could go on. Sorry, we're merged there, so I almost take it personally, right? When we're in the merge, I'm one with you, so I can feel it.
I know. I get it. We are all in this together, Tom. Can you calm down?
No. I'm giving you guys, you've already given me everything I need to show who you are, both of you.
Okay.
Tom, you say that every time we do this, Tom. You literally say that every time we do this.
Yeah, really really lean into it today, Paul, because you're acting like you haven't tried
I'm merged, dude. I'm merged. There's no way back at this point.
You just talk, you fat fucking nigger.
Tom, can you be
happy?
Can you be happy? You said you got everything you needed.
Jack, quit interrupting me, faggot. That wasn't a joke.
I don't know why I keep tormenting myself and all of you with that. I really don't. I'm sorry. It's just, it's fascinating to me. Yeah. The dude he's going to combust if you talk about Tom without him. Meanwhile, on his channel, Jack, Paul. It's just constant.
for 4 hours with 5 people watching.
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
well, he'll get 11 or 12, and they got a lot of opinions about Jack there, too.
Yeah.
It's friggin' crazy sauce, man.
In a way, though, I think we should be honored by that. It gives them some place to be and something to do other than hurt themselves or each other, right? That's just always how I choose to look at it.
I think you'd be more happy if he worked on beating Sonic 1.
If what? Say that again?
If Illiterate Tommy worked on beating Sonic 1, I saw his performance at the arcade last year.
Sonic 1.
Yes, he couldn't even get past the first zone, unfortunately.
A little bit of gamer humor there is what I'm getting from that.
I think that's what I got too. Well, that's what it is, Crystal Shaman. Tommy's not alone. There's many people in this online experience that have a lot of anger that they haven't faced and resolved within themselves. I found that in myself. And when I first started this online stuff, I brought a bunch of anger, and I was always mad and judgmental and argumentative and bitter. Now, I tell you, all day today, I was thinking about this idea. Truly, it is only love. It's only love that I want. It's only love that I need. It's it's only love.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And the more we stop fighting, the more we can notice that. But the more we're fighting, the more we have to be engaged and focused on the conflict and whatever it is that we're threatened by or in opposition with. But when we stop fighting, it gives us more time. You can look up, you can look around, and you can notice, hey, what was I missing? Oh, yeah, dude, there's a lot of cool things today around me and with me. Lots of reasons to smile, lots of reasons to laugh, lots of opportunities to grow. The path to growth, I'm confident it is. Find out where you've overcomplicated things and then simplify it. Tony, how does that sound with your life experience? Find out what's complicated in your life and simplify it.
Yes, I'm really enjoying my life and the opportunities.
Good. It sounds like you are. The little bit I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't realize how much we've got and how fantastic this universe is for the opportunities for us to grow.
That's what I learned. It's what I discovered myself, truly. I didn't realize how short-sighted my vision had been in the past.
Well,
go ahead.
Yes, well, at the moment, that is what I'm suffering a lot. I'm legally blind, and to navigate outside is quite difficult for me. But to go within and navigate is fascinating.
That's the path and the key. Welcome to you, Ben. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, thanks, Jack. Good. How about yourself?
Dude, I've been feeling great. Despite the climate of war and all the other stuff that's going on in the world, I was truly just in gratitude and appreciation today, thinking about love.
That's beautiful, because I'm not so, like, I think you're more focused. You're more of an active person, and you're also more like, obviously you're sure really into like fighting against war. So I would think for a lot of people in that situation, this could be just like really hard on them. You know, it's such a failure of humanity, and our government in particular seems to be just really hard to defend. And so to have that peace, like kudos to you, because, do you know what I mean? It's like an environmental activist, and it just, everyone's just dumping nuclear waste all over, right? It's like, psychologically, it's just, you know, you need, that's why you need faith. You need that faith. The world can be very, it can make you very pessimistic. Human behavior, history.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. But there's very little. I would say, Jack, in terms of this stuff, I'm an American, you're an American, we pay tax dollars, but really, we had nothing to do with this. The American people did not vote for this. Do you know what I mean? Like, this seems crazy.
Right, but
only 20% of Americans are in favor of this. Trump ran on not starting wars.
Exactly.
Like, this is his responsibility, not really ours.
Exactly. Well, he started it. He is our responsibility. You know, what they're doing, just like they did with the ICE agents, they're making the claim, well, this is what the people voted for. People voted for this, and it's true. People voted for Trump. They wanted Hegseth to be what he is. Otherwise we would have changed it. We would have ended it.
If you keep voting for presidents of a corporation who knowingly profiteer from war, then it is your responsibility and accountability, because you keep giving your time, energy, attention, and funding to crooks knowingly. And then when everything goes predictably bad, you say, well, it's not our fault. It's not our problem. That's precisely why people keep doing it. They don't want to own the responsibility and accountability of co-creating a great nation by being great. Great people don't give their time, energy, attention, and away to these folks.
Yeah. But you can't solve the problem without going deeper, because
I would
the two parties would both have done this.
You're missing the point. Everybody's here everybody is making postulated claims about right and wrong, good and bad, where nobody has established what the standard of good or bad is.
Thanks for trying to bring more nonsense and overcomplicate.
Yes, clearly Imperius has been paying attention to the show. Jack has established what good is. Good is love, good is peace.
Yeah. Jack, can I ask you a question I think is interesting? I've been thinking about. You know that we say politicians, we think they're all liars, right? And we take that as like just the norm. And I believe the first, like, there have always been people who lie, but the first big proponents of lying as like a policy were the National Socialists. They were like, they were the first ones who were like, the media allows for propaganda, and we can just spin things like super aggressively, and this would be a good idea. Right. But I'm saying people before that have always sort of lied, but like they openly said we should spend, a war is like a good chunk of it should be spent spinning narratives. And that's a good idea for us. And I just wonder what you think, like, because people see that as like cheating, but it's very effective. Is it actually effective to lie? Does it get you anything?
Only if you want war.
Yeah, going by the bump sector, no, it doesn't work at all.
what you said, Ben, it's the truth. In a time of war, lies are effective, right? Because it's all imagined disagreements, and then you imagine your moves, you imagine their moves. It's all imagined reality.
Mhm.
But it's the truth. When we each come to terms with the truth, there is no argument, there's no disagreement, there's nothing to fight about. We just got to make sure that we understand what we're dealing with. But we were born into this world, Ben. It's the truth. These secret societies, long-range plans, propaganda,
Mhm.
we're living this time. It really is kind of a fairy tale what we're living through. I mean,
But we've been through this routine before, like so with Iraq. Okay, so I think you and I were both around. We were aware. So there was this big campaign to say Saddam Hussein is a threat to the United States and the world. There was, and it turned out there
right.
was. They even admitted, which I give them credit for, there was
Yeah,
no evidence. I give
right.
them
And
credit.
yet,
They didn't
and
make
yet
something up.
Netanyahu back then, let's remember, he was one of the main
Yeah.
proponents about we've got to stop this, man. We've got to do that. Well, now he's doing the same bullshit with Daddy Trump, right?
Mhm.
And all these MAGA guys are saying, oh, pay attention, just trust in the plan, the 5D chess man. He's got everything worked out, right?
But what's
Trump
interesting
is
is
a
this.
pawn. Trump is being used
Yeah.
for war and evil.
But what's interesting this time around is they're not even really making a case. They're pretty much saying Netanyahu wants us to do this. They're not even
Right,
bothering
right,
obscuring it with some.
right.
There's a few bullshit words, but like we even changed the Department of Defense, the Department of War. Like
Right.
we're saying we're the aggressors
Right.
boldly,
Yeah, they're
right?
coming
Like
to the point where the pimp no longer has to lie to the hoe. It's just, I'm the pimp, you're the hoe. What are you going to do about it? We're inextricably linked. You need me and I need you, slave. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, like I own you, bitch. Like
That's it. They're
I'm
coming
not
way out
gonna
in the open.
pretend
They
I
already did
love
it the
you,
last
right?
5 years with the lockdowns and everything else. That was the first beta test, right? What won't these people go along with and bend over and allow? And now it's sky's the limit, right? That we've set the precedent.
But
Well,
also
not we.
there's
Some
some
of us
weird
have
things
set
like
the precedent.
even within military, right? Like, so I don't know if you guys know this, but like, you know, there's this idea like, well, if we torture people, we'll get more, it might be immoral, but we'll get more information. And so it's like cheating because like you're stooping to their level, but it's actually not true. Torture does not produce more evidence. People lie under torture. It's much better to like chum up with them and get
Right.
them to like brag about what they're doing. It's a much better technique to
Right.
extract information from people than putting a gun to their head and waterboarding them. They're gonna ever to survive.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
So
It's actually not effective.
yeah,
Right.
to respond to Paul, the only way to win is to pick up our bag and walk out. We had to go from hoe to madam. We got to pick up our bag and walk out.
Pretty much, yeah. You got to recognize
As voters,
that in the, yeah. The
yeah,
dynamic is
I
very
think
much
you
similar, if
somehow
not the
just
same.
have to stop playing the game.
Right.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to rewrite the rules. That's what this life is for. We can do anything we set our minds to and anything we can accomplish, at least. And I think we've got everything we need. We've got all the evidence that shows this sick and twisted game of rulership and authority. It's a bunch of bullshit used to protect criminals. We've got criminals enabling criminals. Congress doesn't know what to do. The Supreme Court doesn't know what to do. Donald Trump doesn't know what to do. Let's get some people in there because we can figure this shit out. They're incompetent. They're lost and confused.
Yes,
So-
they're incompetent. I think that's true.
Yes.
So here's my big issue: putting different people in a bad system. It's just moving the chairs around. I need a better system that doesn't degrade into this. That's
But Jack,
better-
there's a way in which, if we don't solve these problems, like I have 4 sons, okay. If this
Yeah.
drags on and there's boots on the ground, my sons are drafted like boys were drafted in Vietnam, and my kids end up face down in the deserts of Iraq. I'm going to want blood. I'm going to want blood. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be the only one, because, right? So this is going to go one way or the other, but like, I'm going to want the blood of those who did this. And it's relatively easy to see who did this. And so we have to avert that, because
let's
I'm
realize,
just not gonna.
Ben, I'm sorry to interrupt, but yes, just what you're saying. And let's realize that, there's roughly, I don't know the numbers, and some of it may be propaganda, but one of the first strikes was at an elementary school. A bunch of young children were taken. So there's already many parents who are feeling that, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of evidence
Directed
that was an American bomb. That was an American bomb that killed close to 200 little girls. Like, why are we saying, okay, that's enough, we're out, whatever the consequences? Like,
Hank, are they lagging real
and I
bad
think
on
that's
your
actually
end?
pretty well
Yes.
established that happened.
Yeah, it's everyone's
Jack,
lagging.
you may have to boost your upload download.
Are we both lagging?
Everyone's lagging.
Yeah, you may have to boost your upload download, or
okay.
everyone may have to go off camera to lower that bit rate.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay. Let me check.
You guys are pros. You figure it out. Please and thank you. It's where things are going. It's up to us to get it under control, guys. That's what I see clearly. I think the best way to get these, because it has, like Paul was saying, the government has become the pimps and the people are the hoes, right? They're just doing what they're told, just like the servicemen and, all the contractors and everything. They're just doing what they're told. But let's do what really solves the problem, and let's open some new ways of living, right? To the pimp, to the hoe. Give them a little better support and a way out. Because I think we can. Any thoughts?
Yeah, in many ways, the dynamic of are the victims here and the government are the bad ones. Well, I mean, there's a kind of symbiotic relationship there, right? They lie to us. We believe their lies. They lie more. How do you break the cycle?
We've been very complacent our whole lives.
Yeah.
We've got to
I mean, where are the Americans? Where you could say, like, Europe does a better job of this. Where are the Americans flooding the streets saying, why are we bombing little girls in Iraq? I mean, this is like completely contradictory to everything we say about Muslims. Like, right, we're killing little girls in an elementary school. Like,
yeah, it's got to end.
Why aren't we flooding the streets?
Well,
we have a right to protest.
There are many.
We think it's normal. We just take it up the ass.
Unfortunately, the pimp doesn't care about the hoes who get together on the off time and complain about how bad the pimp is. When you stop paying the pimp, he might start listening for a few minutes, at least, right? I mean,
what do you mean?
It's
not
just,
paying
again,
taxes?
the dynamics are. Yeah, that and many other things, right? Again, if you just imagine it, what do they care if you're out in the street complaining and whining? That's better for them. They can use that for their purposes. Right, they'll get more lefties and right wingers fighting and yelling in the streets and against each other, but that's not going to stop the bottom line. That's not going to change the bottom line.
I think they do have a problem, because when the college kids were saying this stuff with the Palestinians has got to stop, they're like, no, you're getting thrown off campus, and we're letting you know your career is going to be ruined by us if you do this. So they did care.
Yeah, they.
Well, that's because
they cared, and Donald Trump
the
personally.
Israel-Iran war isn't the first war. The first war is the United States corporation against its own citizens for their rights and property.
Well, that's the truth. Our government is at war against our freedoms based upon the way it's been developed and the people that are running it. And if we want a better future, it's up to us to really get together and make it happen. And I think we've got everything we need.
What do you think about Paul's suggestion of just not paying taxes?
They'll just print more money and keep selling more lies, right?
Yeah,
And-
meanwhile
but
you'll get screwed over personally.
we're the ones that are feeding the parasite, the globalists.
Yeah.
Well, it's all been enabled. And this is what I realized. I think the solution really is easy. People individually, we all need to turn towards that which is holy, right? That which is true, that which is loving, that which is right and righteous. And then guess what? We won't allow this oppressive system to continue. The parasitic banking system, all this is, God has given us this incredible life that's very complex, very diverse, can be very complicated, but at the same time, it can be very peaceful, very easy, right? And very amazing. Because of egos, right? Codependency, people have been making things out to be harder than they are.
Right.
Specifically, politics, economics, religion. They're not that hard. You just got to accept that they're broken.
Well, there are models. For example, like I read a book once by a guy who went to what was like an ultra Amish community. They didn't use much technology, but they almost never used money. They just did favors for each other. There was a kind of, you know what I mean? And so the government didn't get a piece of their pie because they largely didn't participate in the wider economy. You know what I mean? And households are usually like that, you know, that a woman doesn't get paid to have sex with you if she's married to you. It doesn't, the government doesn't tax it. It's like a free exchange, you know, and parents don't get paid to have kids and kids don't get paid to be. Anyway, so I think you could extract yourself from it, but the price of that is that you extract yourself from society as well.
Not necessarily. So money was descended from leisure, just spreadsheets. We can go back to spreadsheets. We had them installed in our own computers, so we can get around that today, or at least in limited spaces.
What does that mean?
Right. The way the corporation derives its jurisdiction is through a direct threat to the public that it can articulate or the Commerce Clause. So this is why it's important that we understand legal versus lawful and how to navigate that, because we put ourselves in their jurisdiction constantly, whether we know it or not.
You know, I had an interesting case where I had a ton of debt at one point. It was well into the 5 figures, close to the 6 figures, but it was unsecured debt. And I walked away from it, and all you get is phone calls. There's no way for them to squeeze. What's the term? You can't get blood from a rock. You can't get blood from a rock.
Right.
So if you don't have any paper assets, they can't get you. And there's no debtors' prisons.
Right.
Yes.
So that's good.
Which is why we need to learn the rules of the game so we don't get had.
And that's the point. Many of the corporate elite, many of the successful, they know that. They know that this money system, it's all made up. It's all pretend. You know, it's only the poor that really think money has value. The rich just know that it's the resources and access, you know, that money brings. Money is not what we think.
Yeah, it's all based on contracts and claims processes, right? Like Ben just kind of pointed out, you know, even if the folks with a ton of money are paying the least amount of tax, and that's evidence of the fact that they are doing things legally and lawfully, they just have an understanding the majority doesn't, right?
Yeah, the poor don't understand how corporations work and how cheap they are. You can buy a corporation in my state for $150 any kind you want. You can buy similar things for $70.
You could argue that's also why that class is more wealthy, is because there's a direct correlation between risk taking and generating value, right? The majority of the poorer folks are are too afraid to take any risks in their life to really distinguish themselves from everybody else. You know, that's evident in this idea of just do what they say or else, right?
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? If you study capitalism, the way it works, capitalists generally don't take risks. They take risks with other people's money, and they walk away if it doesn't work out. But they make out like bandits when they do. So they're usually the risk takers, the innovators, get screwed because it's the capitalists that then will take other people's money and bet on it. It's
Look at the Facebook's the Facebook story.
They get money because they're sacrificing their time, energy, and attention, which is the most valuable thing that we get here to work on an idea, right? So they draw capital for the idea they're going to put their whole life into, while everyone else sits around and goes, someone else will handle it.
Yeah,
so
right.
That type of perspective and sacrifice garners high value, right? That's a high value man, essentially.
Yes, living is inherently risky.
Conditioned, and it's not actually true, though. Guys.
Well, I'm not saying that it always goes according to plan, or that the road to hell isn't paved with good intentions. I'm just saying that there's a duality to that dynamic, right? There's a cause and effect and reasons for why that comes about.
I just want to say that the road to heaven is paved with good intentions.
Wrong.
Not the road to hell.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy has good intentions, but he's pretty hellish. But life is inherently risky. What the rich people do is they get out the spreadsheets and figure out what bets to make sure they win every game. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Wait, Dad, you said the road to heaven is paved with good intentions?
The road to hell is not paved with good intentions. Our Lord embraces those with good intentions, of course, even if it looks like they failed.
You could argue the road to heaven would be paved with equal parts action as it is faith, right? So the idea of the road to hell paved with good intentions is all the folks you see saying, well, we voted for this person because it would have been really bad if we voted for them, and we're just trying to do the right thing by choosing a lesser of two evils, right? So folks claim to have good intentions, they claim to want America to be great and all the rest of it, but
and they go to heaven insofar as maybe they're ignorant, but the principle of the lesser of two evils is a correct principle.
I don't believe so. I think it just leaves you, as you just said, in hell, but ignorant to that fact and seemingly disempowered.
You're saying if you only have two options and you choose the better of them because there isn't a third option, of course you're doing the right thing.
Where in life is there only two options? Usually in any scenario, when you're only given two options, it's a false choice. There's usually
I'll give you an example.
You may be able to choose neither.
Someone whips out a gun in front of you and your wife and kids. Okay, you really basically have two options here. One is to just hold your hands up and say, like, okay, take whatever you want. The other is to try to engage in physical violence with the person. Life does sometimes narrow to two options.
There's a third option, so I can pretend to surrender, then get him while he's off guard.
Sure.
Deciding to engage.
Well, I mean, but there's basically you're going to basically be oriented towards violence or like hoping for the best and non-violence.
The point is we were talking specifically, we should just stay on the idea at hand, right? This idea of choosing a left winger or a right winger. You're still choosing fascism, collectivism, socialism, Marxism, and all the rest of the isms, apparently backed by Satanism, because they're all in the Epstein files. So, again, it's a lesser of two evils is still evil, and it's never going to result in
the harder we go, listen to this. You see, the harder we go on everyone in the Epstein files, the more the new Epsteins have power. Do you see that?
No.
You see that you're actually contributing.
I'm not going hard on them.
Power.
I'm saying the citizens keep begging Epstein Island goers to run their life. I'm not going hard on the Epstein Island.
None of you are actually even acknowledging anything I've been saying again.
Specifically what?
Instead of just complaining or pretending there's nothing we can do about it, let's do something about it. This is our lifetime to do something about this evil that's happening in the world.
I agree with you, and I think what I've attempted to do, and by attempting to do that at one point, you said I was wasting the police and the government's time and their resources. So I mean, again, we have to do what is called by us upon us from our heart to do as best as we know how, right? So I don't disagree with you, and I have done my best over and over again, and I have sacrificed myself, my time, energy, attention, my resources, and potentially my life to uphold rights and the law of the land. So I'd appreciate if you would recognize that.
I have. And you bring up one time where I slighted you, and I remember many disparaging shit talking made about me. Okay, so Paul, let's not be all righteous and sensitive with your memory of things, okay?
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But Jack, isn't it important that we like, and that's the point of a conversation, to try to figure out sometimes like we don't get things right, therefore we're not ready to take action. We got to understand the situation before we take action.
Okay.
And otherwise we'll take action foolishly, right?
That is true. Okay, no denying that. However, how many times or how many can you imagine, or how many times have you seen people just procrastinating, right? Saying they're not ready, or keep learning and distracting themselves and not actually doing what they say they want to do. That's what I've done in my past.
Mm-hmm. I think people can do that. Right. A lot of people on the internet just talk in circles endlessly.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yes.
What I've personally experienced and found is if you have a goal in your mind, if you can see just even a vision, a slight perception of something in your future that you want to achieve or experience, you don't have to have all the details. You don't have to know exactly how to do it. You just got to believe that that destination and that experience is for you, and then find that first step. And that first step will open you up. You'll learn something new. You'll discover something different. And you learn, you grow as you go.
Yeah. I've been having a conversation with Grace about that. To me, if you have, I always ask her, the thing about a goal is, do you actually want the goal? Did you actually want to achieve this goal? Or is it just a fantasy? And then secondly, do you think you can actually accomplish this goal by taking steps? And if you can't answer those two questions, I don't think you're ready to take action. Because I think a lot of people, but I'd like to pursue that. If you like people who are like 600 pounds, do they really want to be slim? Or do they want to be 600 pounds? Do you know what I mean? Because then they can play the victim and have other people say they're, ill and get government checks for being handicapped.
This is where the levels of consciousness come into the equation, right? People subconsciously, they don't realize the choices and the consequences to the choices that they're making. They don't think about them because they're operating off of patterns and programming from the past.
Yeah.
But Ben, I've learned so much, and I know there's so many others who are teaching and sharing. We don't have to have this world where people are lost and confused, right? We can share support with each other so everyone can become more healthy. We can become more grounded, more successful, more energetic, right? More life.
Do you think, Jack, it's a good idea sometimes? I love this guy thing, right? You're talking and then you want to put each other to the test, like to say, well, let me give you a little test to see if you really are invested in this. And in a fun way, you know what I mean? To say, like, if you say this, for example, if I use the overweight example, okay, and I'm not trying to pick on overweight people, but if you say to someone who's 600 pounds, look, we knew a guy, Milo Yiannopoulos, who did this. He said, I'll pay for you to be in a place and you'll get like food enough, you'll survive, and I'll have a doctor come in. But as soon as you walk into that door, you can't walk out of it. And you have to sign away your freedom for 2 months. And I guarantee you, you'll lose weight. Now, will you do that? You know what they always say? Can you guess what they always say when he says, I'll pay for everything, 2 months,
They're probably
it's out of
afraid.
your hands. What do they say?
I don't know. Not
They
yet.
say, I'll think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not yet.
Even though that's guaranteed, right? I mean, that's guaranteed. You sign this paper, you're
Yep.
gonna lose.
Well, Ben,
You're gonna be much healthier at the end of that. There's no way you're gonna die.
that's a result of the programming and the conditioning of our society. People have been taught to believe that change is painful, change is scary, right? It can be, but it's not always.
But what I'm saying, Jack, is that person actually doesn't want to lose weight, right? Wouldn't you say, like, they don't want
In
to
their
lose weight?
confusion, in the absence of clarity,
Yeah.
people do self-sabotage all the time. That's what I'm suggesting. We live in a world where subconscious patterns of living have been enabled by a corrupted society. We don't have people making conscious choices. We have people living through reactions and habits.
Jack,
But what I'm saying is, it could be very clarifying to that person to say, you're actually lying when you say you want to lose weight. You're lying.
Ben, you jumping to that conclusion and accusing someone of lying when they may not know.
Well, let's say I was an alcoholic and you said, I'm binge drinking, and somebody said, I'll put you in a room, you'll have food, entertainment, it'll be like kind of like a prison cell, super
Well,
comfortable.
rehab.
But you won't have any access to alcohol for 2 months, and you'll be completely sober and you'll be rejuvenated. And I say I don't want to be an alcoholic anymore. If I don't take them up on that offer, I'm not being honest about the fact that I don't want to be an alcoholic anymore. Wouldn't that
Yeah, and there
be
are
true?
some people who will be honest and say, I just want to do this.
Right.
And that's a good start to say, I want to do this.
Okay, sure. You're
Without that,
okay. Tell you what, great. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you don't
so I
seem to be
propose the
trying to
same, Jack. I
understand what I'm
propose the
saying.
same with you and Tommy.
Okay, all
Let's
right.
just say, let's give this a test. I think you have a somewhat of a codependent relationship with each other. I
Hey,
think
Ben.
that Tommy is yelling at his dad,
You're
and
making
you're
a lot of-
allowing your son to yell at you. What do you think of that?
You're making many assumptions.
Yeah,
he's making observations.
but I think that you guys are substituting each other for each other. You're not listening to each other.
No,
Right. So the bottom line is you could tell what somebody wants by what they do and the results that they get continually. The amount of effort they put into getting that result done. Right.
Well, what I'm saying is you and Tommy do this thing a million times. It's always the same. And
I know.
Somewhat
I know.
entertaining, but it's also like, wouldn't you want to say, like, what's going on here? We don't
yeah,
get
I
anywhere.
love right.
Okay.
And the fact that you guys have not figured it out yet, holy shit.
We have figured
You
it
tell
out,
me-
Jack.
Jack, you tell me what you think's going on with it.
Just as I've explained and as I've said repeatedly, Tommy is a confused man. He's looping in his anger. I can help him.
Okay, but we don't know
But-
who Tommy is, though. So let's stick it back to Iran.
No,
'Cause
you
I'm
know
here to
who
defend
Tommy is.
Israel.
Really
No,
not.
What's
Lalo,
going
wait,
on
you know
here
who-
is
you know who
Jack
Tommy
is going
is.
to be the
Which one?
Thorpe's
The black
next
one?
That
Jeremy
guy who
Peterson.
comes, in and says the N word and the F slur, and he goes,
Tommy.
he has like a
Well, Jack,
lisp
have
and
you
he
ever
lives
asked Illumi-
outside. No,
You
He's
guys
a-
know Tommy better than us. What is his relationship with his father? Because it looks to me like you may be a kind of substitute father. I know that a lot of guys get hostile at me, and
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
was
times
his
it's
first
like
dad.
a transplanted, from their own daddy issues. Have you guys ever explored that? Whether that may be what's going on?
Yeah, we've been through that, man. This is like 3 to 5 years now. I was his first daddy. We had a breakup because
Okay,
I wouldn't
sure,
let him
yeah.
take over my broadcast, and then he started a broadcast to hate on me. And lately, Jack's been his new.
Okay, but
target,
have you ever
know?
said to Tommy,
Yes.
you should get in touch with your actual father?
Yeah, his father. Tommy's family's from West Virginia, and that state's very low income. So I don't imagine his upbringing was very kind to him.
But why not say? Did anyone ever say to Tommy, "Can you text your dad?" And maybe that would be the more core issue here, and then we can have a conversation as two men. But as long as I'm your dad,
Paul did.
You're not really going to see.
Now, yeah, we went
hear
through.
what I'm saying.
Ben, you're almost taking your credibility down here, if you have any, because
Go ahead,
you're
keep going,
asking
keep
if
going.
we asked Tommy if he would ever be self-reflective and kind of look at himself and be honest about his tests or challenges, and that's not something Tommy is really known for.
Okay, so if you say this person is not interested in growing as a person, I don't see why you'd have any relationship with them at all. If you've made that assessment. But I don't think you've made that assessment.
Yeah, because the question is, if he's just not going to change, what's the point of having him on panel to talk about things with him?
Well, that's where my faith comes in. I believe that he can change, and I believe that the more that he's around me, perhaps a better chance I can influence him.
So you disagree with Paul? Paul says he's not going to change. You think he can change?
Paul Cook, yeah.
But Jeff, what about the idea that in some ways Tommy is a surrogate? I don't know. I'm not asking the details for your son's like sort of rage, and that you're tolerant of his. I mean, he'll come on here and actually like say things that are trashing your channel.
No,
you're super tolerant of it, but maybe you shouldn't be.
Sure.
But I think you're trying to show that you're a forgiving father.
I'm a forgiving man.
But
I'm not playing a father role with him.
Yeah, maybe Tommy could be a loser. Why be?
Don't you think a father should also be firm and say, like, that's enough, son? Like, I'm not going to take endless abuse from you?
So should a friend. And that's what I've been trying to show him, is actually a friend.
Well, wait a second. So you're saying you don't see him as a father figure to him?
No, I don't.
But everything you said, like, I'm here to help him and this stuff. Like, you're playing the role of a surrogate father, obviously.
Or a friend, like I said.
But you're framing it like I'm in a position of superiority over him.
Sure. My education, my experience, I've been
That's
through.
more father-like than friend-like.
Jack, would a friend scream profanities on another person's show?
It's more teacher-like than friend-like.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like teacher, disciple, guru, follower,
priest,
therapist, client. It's clearly that. It's not
more like that than it is like friends.
Yeah.
That's how you frame it.
Yeah. Would a friend disrupt another friend's show? Would you purposely come up and disrupt a friend's show? I never seen you do that. I don't do that unless I'm provoked. Paul doesn't do that unless he's provoked.
Yeah, he uses words on purpose that make no sense towards you. N-word, F-slur, in order to sabotage what you're doing here, like for no other reason, and to test you. And the question is, do you fail the test or do you pass the test? Why?
Jack, I think we're all current or ex-addicts here, and I, for one, support your choice to use Tommy as your version of self-sabotage mechanism. There's so many you could have chosen from. I think that's a decent option, right? If we're going to self-sabotage, let's use Tommy and Snafu and other creatures for entertainment purposes. Yeah.
Wasn't there something in the Bible about throwing diamonds before swine?
Pearls.
Yeah. Pearls, yeah.
Technically, he's a warthog. He's not a pig.
You've got many, Jack, you've got many pearls.
Thank you, brother.
Lalo, don't be shy. What are your thoughts?
I was trying to talk about Iran. I don't know who Tommy is. Snafu, shut the fuck up. You suck. Go on.
Fuck you. Hey, immigration hasn't.
Aren't you brown? Aren't you browner than me?
I know you be thigh.
All right, Michelin Tire. What do you have to say? Go on.
This guy thigh-gated gray. Immigration.
His insult was, aren't you like me?
Wait, Snafu, where's all your moral outrage towards me when I'm here?
I got the clip of you saying pedophilia is wrong. I'm working on you, you fucktard.
Snafu loves you.
It's a lot of in chat. It's a lot of like.
The pedophilia sympathizing optics is disgusting. And it's like you're right. When we profile motherfuckers, we get the credible, non-credible. You and Grace have made it, especially because of your optics of the story and the embracement, non-embracement of the media relations. Let's just say it's almost
optics.
It's almost known that you motherfuckers are gonna do some foul ass sympathizer optic type shit, but when Jeremy,
That's
the
you.
little pedophile sympathizer, is like the one who will be in Roblox saying DM me type shit and other fucktards that
Where
like
did- where
when
you
Ruby
land
makes
it?
statements like she wants to do shit to children's mouths and
Talk-
shit like that. I'm just this whole
Matthew.
thing is disgusting. And
Matthew.
Jack, you and Paul advocated for a child to be on your panel yesterday. All
Okay, I
you
know.
fucktards are doing the pedo poke.
That was enough. Sorry.
Shout out. The optics are high.
At
It's cheesy,
Snafu
really.
Snap
What do you want to
Strike
say
Team.
about Iran, Lalo?
Please.
Well, I'm here to defend the special operation in Iran. Obviously, the president has done the right thing. I've seen a lot of sanctimonious diatribes, be it from Benjamin here or yourself, Mr. Jack, and I'm not here for it.
What do you think about killing 200 schoolgirls with a U.S.
Accidents happen, assuming that even did happen. So I don't care.
Those are 200 future wives of future terrorists. Okay, we're spreading democracy.
I wouldn't
and,
even put it
and
in those
freedom.
terms. You know, maybe 10% of them would be terrorists. I don't care.
Yeah, those children would have
do you
grown
think
up
they're
to hate
killing
your
civilians on
freedoms and your
purpose?
lifestyle.
No. So
Okay, so Lalo, if it escalates, you would be in the contingent of people who would be conscripted.
oh yeah, no, it's worth the risk.
Well, would you
Well,
feel like, yeah, I'm gonna fight this
you're-
war
I would have
because
to.
I'm in some ways defending America from what?
No. So America has a lot of reasons to intervene in places that don't actually. Just leaving terrorism aside, you know, interventions
You
are
are
justified in a myriad of different
so
cases.
delusional.
Let's put.
Okay,
Jack,
yeah.
I think
Wait,
Jack. Good.
sorry. He said it. Lalo, you said it. Interventions are appropriate in the right situation. I think it's time for an intervention with you. You've been brainwashed, my friend, okay?
Yes.
We
Let's-
can help
let's-
you.
Okay.
Lalo, you should go to the recruiting office right now.
No.
If you agree, if you believe in that,
I
You're not
believe in
doing anything. We all
infrastructure
know you're not
investment.
doing
I'm not going to go
anything.
pave a road
let's
myself,
get you
though.
go to the local.
I believe in
recruiting
people
office.
being educated. I won't become a teacher myself.
You won't show up, right? Because you actually don't believe what you're saying.
Right.
I believe
What
I'm
noble
more
thing
useful
would there
over
then
here
be
than I
to-
am
to
there.
Fight for the fatherland on our behalf.
You
But the
could
reality
potentially
is-
make big changes too, like get a cuter outfit issued by the military. That could be a new.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's not
After
even don't ask,
procedure.
don't tell. It's like that whole issue in the military is like, yeah, there's a million kinks and whatever.
I
You'd be
say
on a
we go full
submarine with
ass
80
and
guys.
telling, just completely out in the open.
You could be washing missiles and not thinking that it's gay. You know what I mean? Like just gleaming.
When it comes to
glistening
Lala, we
missiles.
don't have to ask. We can already tell.
God gave us the tools and the senses to understand the reality He created for us.
What's your accent?
We deny our God's senses
Where are you from?
in the favor of man. Anybody can see that the sun and the moon are both the same size by
Gamer of the
using
Slam.
God's senses.
Are you like a lobotomized British person?
Lalo,
Or
no,
we
this guy is
Or
like
we can listen to the parasite that is ruling us.
he's a
care.
character from like a Greek tragedy. He's a
choice.
blind
Yeah.
man. He's
Yeah.
a blind prophet. He's literally like a biblical figure. He's literally blind, and yet he can see.
That guy's got a
beautiful.
great voice, Jack. You should commission him for
He
like
does
the
have a
god
good
of this
voice.
broadcast.
No, he
he could
doesn't.
just
He's
be the
terrible.
voice of God
The
every so
worst.
often.
You shall repent.
Yeah. He's like out
Jack.
of one of those, old Greek dramas. It's like they literally have a blind guy. His name was Tiresias, right?
Yeah, Jason and the Argonauts vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason and the Argonauts. I forgot his name, but yeah.
Hey,
Snafu
there-
wants one-on-one with Lalo, Jack. I don't know if you
You
want
can go ahead.
Use protection.
I agree with Jack. Jack wanted to. Yeah, it's time to suss Lalo.
Yeah.
What's up with Lalo? I love that. Intervention time. Let's go.
Yeah, my heart is saddened, honestly, to hear what you're saying, because I
It used to
get
be
it.
worse. I was a complete neocon. I defended Iraq. I've read dozens of books about this. I have a 1,000-page encyclopedia of the Middle East as of the 90s in my room right here. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm damn right about everything. I follow this to a T.
Well,
So
You think you're right about everything, and you may have a lot of facts to support your right opinion. However, I'd encourage you to consider what you might be missing. And generically, what I saw is a devaluation of human life. Is that really who you are?
devaluation of human life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't think that is who you are.
So if people fight for Iran on the behalf of a terrorist state, I don't feel sympathy for them at all. And it'd be one thing if they were conscripted, but you're not making that point, are you?
Well, what about the 150 little girls? Were they fighting?
Is that true? And why did that happen? And how's that the case?
Yes,
I
it's
know in
obviously
Palestine, they have cases where they'll put arms caches beneath hospitals and whatnot. In and of itself, that kind of you would say that's underhanded
So you
by
say
the Palestinians.
under the school, it's okay to kill 150 little girls?
No, it's the Israelis that do that, not us. But no, I disavow that. However,
There's
how
a
else are
lot
they
of
going to
evidence
defeat Palestine?
that strike came from the USS Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, I don't care. It totally
So
is
how
something
is
where-
that not devaluing human life to say?
because
I don't
it's
care?
pretty obvious that you can't you can't use civilians as target fodder or whatever, and then they ask us to not bomb them, then they'll kill us. So then what are you going to do there?
Okay, but the context, sincerely, the valuation of human life. Okay, there's been a devaluation of human life on all of these sides, right? Everyone's so quick to pick a side without actually knowing all the details. Is that true about the school and all the the daughters that were lost? Is that true? I don't know.
It is true. It's just verified true. It's a true
Also,
story.
how would that? Okay,
I've
hold
seen
on. We
enough
were
to
at
believe
war.
that.
By the way, for context, we were at war with with Iraq and Afghanistan for what, 25 years? Were those things happening there? No. Is it that the Iranians are lying? Is it that there's a lot of fake news and AI and Twitter?
Dude,
or could it be?
Yeah, it
They didn't,
totally
bomb
makes sense.
schools
Iran
in
hasn't
those
had a
cases.
major war since the 1700s. The United States Corporation has been at war dozens of times.
They fought
in the
last
same
for like 8 years
frequency
in the
while
1970s.
calling everyone else
and
the
thousands of
terrorist.
people died in that one, the
Yeah.
Iran-Iraq War. That's
It's
the
almost
whole
as if they're
Iran-Contra scandal,
confessing
if you
through
knew that.
accusation. Everyone else is a terrorist, but the people at war with everyone, telling them what they're going to do and be.
That's not true.
Well,
Okay.
but
Spreading
we're-
democracy, right?
There was somebody who was close to Rubio and Netanyahu and Trump who like had some kind of inner story about their meetings together. And he said that Rubio argued that the US should join Israel in its strikes against Iran because Iran would drag America in eventually and Israel was going to attack whether we wanted them to or not. Why wouldn't it make more sense politically to say, okay, go ahead, Israel, go ahead and attack. Do whatever you want to do. You fight the war. Why is it our war?
Because they would have lost, and we want Iran toppled anyway, so why not just go ahead and do it?
Why?
Why do you want Iran toppled?
Pain in the ass.
Why?
Because of
they don't
brainwashing
have
and propaganda.
Straight to Hormuz.
Because
lack
they're
of
allied with the
respect for
Russians, they're
humanity.
allied with the Chinese. They have a stranglehold over 30% of the world's oil, so they have that leverage. They've killed tens of thousands of Americans via IEDs, which is why Soleimani was killed, because he was the head of the Quds Force, and he sponsored all those deaths of Americans in Afghanistan and Iraq and Syria.
So they've participated in military activity. Who cares? So have we.
Well, because they
and so
weren't
have the
actual
Israelis.
belligerents in the war, so that was not legal in the first place.
Lalo, isn't the state of Israel a bigger threat to the United States? So why don't we bomb Israel? They have a stranglehold on our entire government.
Yeah.
I would say the government is for Israel. So if you were to say
They have a
we do what
stranglehold.
they want us to do.
You want to talk about stranglehold? They have a stranglehold on just about every member of Congress. We can show it when everyone stands up and claps for Netanyahu, no matter what he says. He's a war criminal.
Right.
No
He's
one's
visited,
denying
he's
that.
visited the
Israel.
president 7 times.
Why don't we
in 1 year? It's
bomb
unheard of.
Israel? If that's the
Why
law.
don't we get control of our warmongers who are making decisions on America? Right? Let's
'Cause we don't want
interrupt
to.
the
Because Israel pays them, Jack.
Tell you
That's
what,
why.
you guys are really missing out. Lalo, you're really missing out. Because what I'm saying, I'm not joking around, okay? Is it going to be me? I don't know. But if we don't try to do something, this same corruption is going to continue. More human lives will be lost. Okay? The reality that we're facing, taking out the supreme leader of that nation.
Inshallah, let's go.
And a school filled with children, right? If that's not going to uprise a nation against us, I don't know what will. Generations of people will be remembering what America and Israel did to them. Just as generations of people will be remembering what America did to them and their parents here in America, deporting people, stealing them, kidnapping. Lalo, your disrespect for humanity.
They should all be deported.
You clearly are a lost and confused young man.
Cope.
True.
Jack, can I ask you a question? Do you realize that a ton of people came out of prisons and mental hospitals and were literally put on our border or even bussed in? They flew some of these fuckers.
They should be able to stay because they were here for like 6 months, asshole.
Yeah, they deserve.
Okay, what about their families? They snuck in illegally.
Let's give them Social
Feel bad for
Security.
them.
Let's give them food
We should let their
stamps.
cousins come in too.
Jack, can I suggest something in terms of analyzing Lalo? I've seen this with a lot of younger conservative men. I think that they think they're being masculine by calling for bloodshed. And so I think their problem is not, you can't really do it on the level of policy. It's on a deeper level of like their own embrace of masculinity. Because I think that you and I know that like violence is rarely a good solution, even in conflicts with other people as men. Men are peacemakers if they're comfortable with their masculinity. Because someone could call you anything under the sun. Well, is it really worth it to like put your life in their life by going violent? Rarely, maybe sometimes, but rarely.
I want to disagree here. I think one of the most masculine things that you can do is stand up and proclaim loudly, "My dad can beat up your dad."
Yeah, isn't that what this is? Isn't that what this is? I see the U.S. military as a surrogate for my masculinity. And so I can be a real man by calling for, in a cowardly way. It's so cowardly to call for it when you won't go sign up for it. I call for other men to act in a violent way on my behalf so that I can feel like a real man and I can feel happy that they have killed from the cowardly space of a drone or a missile strike. Right. They can gloat in the bloodshed and the dead bodies of 150 little girls. What kind of masculinity is that?
The same masculinity he voted for, raping and killing children. Hello? There's continuity there. There's consistency.
Can we have Lalo back up to defend himself?
Yeah. There's a psychological level here.
Is he being attacked? I mean, he's...
Well, I don't think he would say that his endorsement of the U.S. military is a projection of his own masculinity. Maybe he would.
Yeah, of course not. It's a cope. It's a cope. You could say that about any intervention. The America First people in the 40s could have said, "Oh, you want to take over Hitler? What, is your daddy able to beat up my dad?" That's retarded. It's so stupid.
Right.
I'm against certain interventions. If you said, "Let's go invade fucking, I don't know, Brazil," that'd be ridiculous.
The irony of the statement you just made, when in that time frame the same thing was going on, the same folks and their families backing that eugenics program. That's all mainstream history at this point. The Bushes, Ford Motor Company, Winston Churchill, they were all supporters.
Too esoteric. You're missing the point.
Too esoteric is code for you won't do the research.
I know about the eugenics program. I know about Ford being an anti-Semite. I know that he had the assembly line. I know that Hitler had this. Whatever.
Lalo,
you know what?
You're somewhat.
I'm losing the patience here. This is just absurd and nonsense. Okay,
Jack, you're dealing with stupid people. I'm going to remind you that when you talk with stupid people, you have to have patience here.
Well, that isn't the problem here.
Well, Jack, what's interesting about Lalo is he has a lot of familiarity with right-wing politics, the Republican Party. And he'd be the first to admit that it's loaded with kind of secretly gay and effeminate men. And I'm not saying that to be homophobic. I'm just saying he will be the first to admit that there's this weird kind of covered up homosexuality, which I do think is rooted in a kind of lack of, integration of masculinity, that a lot of these right-wing tough guys do. Wouldn't you admit that's true, Lalo?
Yeah, but that's not the point I was making, or a good point on your end. So it doesn't
that's
have to
the
do with
point I was
masculinity. I'm
making.
just autistically looking at it like a utilitarian angle via foreign policy as to like why we should
Lalo,
invade
aren't you
Iran.
clearly in that group of right-wing men that like anyone would say, like, it seems like you're not quite expressing masculinity in a normal way?
Aren't most of the people that are opposed to the whole operation in Iran like disproportionately gay people, liberals, limp-wristed folks? It is. So
No, 80% of Americans oppose war in Iran.
80% of
okay, what are the
Americans are now
20%? No, hold on a second. What, the 20% is what? Mostly what? MAGA people, Republicans? Now, who's more gay and limp-wristed and have
so.
daddy issues? Liberals, leftist, isolationists.
Well, leftists will
So-
be openly gay, whereas you would say, right? Whereas, like, in the Republican Party, it's in the closet. Which one is
Okay.
more masculine? I ask you.
Well,
Which one's
isn't
more
the
masculine?
majority
To be
of Trump
openly gay?
supporters okay?
Is
if
it
we
more
go off of
masculine to be openly
stereotypes
gay
like you
or
are,
closeted gay? I think
if
it's
we're
more
going off of
masculine to be
stereotypes like you are,
openly
Ben,
gay.
well then we have the majority of the people that support Trump in doing this are what, like rednecks and hillbillies? They're not
Can
closeted
you answer my
gays.
question? Which is more masculine? I will admit that a lot of people who have daddy issues on both sides are trying to, like, whatever, be a tough guy this way. Okay, so, but what I'm saying is, it more masculine to? I think it's more masculine just to be openly gay than it is to do this closeted stuff
And pretend to be a
and
tough
pretend
guy.
you're a tough guy.
That's not what I'm doing. So
I'm asking you a question. I'm not talking
We're
about
asking
you.
that about
it
the
is more
Republican
masculine
Party,
to be
not you.
openly gay than
Yeah,
to
it's
closet
totally not
and lie.
about you.
Okay, sure.
Interesting.
You don't try to be
Okay.
a tough guy. It's not about you.
Okay, then why are we talking?
Except for
your
this
father's
war
talking to me.
stuff, bizarrely, but like normally.
I've
you
been
don't.
into the war stuff for years, so I don't care.
Yeah, talking about it, not doing it.
This is
Why
the
would I
problem.
kill anyone?
You think you know so much already. So I guess there's really no point continuing here.
Well,
today.
no. Okay, no. Well, Jack, if I were you, I would say the morality is, my morality is wrong or misguided on a basis of, 1, 2, 3 bullet points. But you're saying, because I can say factoids more than anybody here combined. I get it. But, we could debate the morality and the logic of it. And it doesn't have to do with, Iran has less missiles than us. We have 2 aircraft carriers in the Persian Gulf. It doesn't have to touch that. So.
Lalo, you had a conversation with me once in which you told me you had read 100 books about World War II. And I asked you if you had learned anything from them. And you said no.
Yep.
Okay. That defies like the most basic logic because you didn't have to read any of these books.
It depends.
And so you
as
said,
Bill
I
Clinton
did it
said-
to accumulate. Hold on a minute. You said it to, I did this to accumulate random factoids. Okay. At which point I slammed the car brakes and I told you to get the fuck out of my car.
We should all
Right?
die.
Remember that?
We should all
Right?
die.
Okay, because that's offensive.
That's what he said. Yep.
It's
I think
deeply
you should
offensive.
respect him for that, Ben. He's admitting that he doesn't actually want the truth
doesn't
in his
make any
life. He
sense.
just wants talking points to be able to bullshit better than the next bullshitter. And that's what he's
Doesn't
doing.
make any
I
sense
don't
to
need
read
help with
100
that.
books about World War II. Obviously, it's really great for a young man to like really try to learn about World War II because we have all of these narratives that come out of World War II. It's the defining event of the past 100 years, obviously. And so, but the idea, like, I haven't learned anything from it at all.
Okay.
Is
Okay,
crazy.
I can explain. Okay, by learn, I assumed you meant any deep life lessons about, I don't know, morality and whatnot. That wasn't what I was in it for. I was saying, like, do I know all the minutia about the Eastern Front, the Vistula Offensive, the Königsberg battleship class? I know all that stuff. But, insofar as the takeaways from the war, yeah, obviously you could say that the zealotry and the nationalism from Germany was, again, overzealous, and that obviously there was a...
Okay, there you go.
Tribalism.
Okay, so why didn't
I
you
knew
say
that.
Why didn't you
Because
say
I thought
that?
you were getting at something else. It was a misunderstanding, and we were going to hash it out.
I asked
But
you
then
if you had learned anything, and you said no.
because you were asking a lot of other questions that were like not in that
How was that
direction.
tricky?
So I was like,
Can we
have
pause?
to rewatch it.
Welcome to you, Tarek. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jack, how are you? Good. Real quick, I just want to comment real quick on Lolo. Like, Lolo, I'm from the Middle East, and when you say you back up Iran, Iran has backed up Lebanon, Hezbollah, and many terrorist activities in
He
Lebanon.
doesn't back Iran. He's against Iran.
I'm Team Israel.
I thought he said he's for Iran for them
No,
to get
everybody
their...
else is
No.
pro-Iran. No.
No,
Oh,
I'm
he's
for
not?
Israel.
No.
He's pro-Israel.
Oh, he's pro-Israel. Okay, I'm confused then.
Don't be
I'll take a
Muslim.
step
Let's
back.
go. Let's go.
You've been
Yeah.
confused for quite a while, Tarek. Very
thank you,
long
Hank.
time.
Follows a
We
confusion.
did just learn that apparently a whole nation backs Hezbollah and whatever else that the TV told you they all back. So that's good. It's good we're
Okay, so
learning this.
if the lesson you learned from the National Socialists is that a type of ultra-violent nationalism is problematic, don't you see that that's what's going on with the Zionists?
How could you back Israel? It's the exact
No.
same mentality.
So first of
except
all, the
worse.
proportions of the countries are totally out of context with what he said. So first of all, Germany was self-sufficient more or less, barring war supplies. They were a much bigger country. The contemporaries they had were
That's
France,
not
Britain.
relevant.
It is, because if Israel's much smaller than the other countries, be it
But
Syria,
if the
Saudi
principle
Arabia.
is that ultra-violent, ultra-nationalist entities are bad, it doesn't matter if they're big or small, the principle would apply. It's not relevant. Don't you understand that would be like I agree, it's different. Everyone knows it's different. But so on a smaller scale,
The state
you have to
of
say on a smaller
Israel
scale,
was
it's relevant.
created a year after the institution of the CIA, which went on record to say their main goal
All
was
right,
to
and you're
overthrow
unemployed, and you're
governments.
unemployed. Okay, course banquet, drink it. All right. So the point being, though,
First of
is that
all-
when it comes to the Israel,
First of all, you're
comparison
not
to
addressing
Germany,
the facts. Second of all, I don't think you want to go there.
I love them too. All right. So the point being, though, is that Israel is trying to arguably destabilize the Middle East because they're much higher populated countries, larger landmass, whatever, oil. So that's different from Germany, which would want to
it's the
do
exact same as
Lebensraum and take
Germany.
over.
It's the exact same as Germany. They wanted to weaken their neighbors and have hegemony in Eastern and Central
This is
and
all
Eastern
on
Europe.
record.
They wanted to
Obviously
annex
what
all
they
of
were
Poland.
doing.
They wanted to annex
Yeah,
half of
Ben is
Western Russia.
correct.
They wanted all of the Baltic states, the Nordic countries, all of it. So that's different from saying,
Yes, they
"Oh, we're
wanted
gonna
a
split up Iran
hegemony in
and
Central and Eastern Europe, especially Eastern Europe. They wanted to weaken Poland, and they wanted to have weak neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
They
But
could
Lola,
exploit their resources. Obviously.
Lola, why haven't Israel like attacked Saudi Arabia? They're still chopping heads off over there. How come
because
they
they're
haven't
not
attacked
chopping
them?
the heads off of the Israelis, which is what they care about. Like we said, they're nationalists.
Oh, so if you chop
They're
heads at
Zionists.
another country, it's okay. That's moral, correct? Is that what you're saying?
It's not the impetus of a smaller country to intervene with a much richer, bigger country. to
Israel
stop
is
them killing their
another
own people.
shell
No.
corporation like the United States, masquerading as a nation, being used to destabilize the region to institute world banking government systems, among
The
other
World
things.
Bank is already controlled by the people you call Zionists and Jews and Americans. They don't need to invade Iran for that to be the case.
They did the
That is
same thing
evidenced
for
by
Gaddafi and others who
decades of the
decided to
dollar
come
being
off
in
of the
control.
That's not
petrodollar
true.
and create a gold currency.
Yeah, there's actually an interesting theory here is that these BRICS nations will not allow for what they want, which is a worldwide digital currency, in which you
Absolutely.
can control every transaction. And that's part of what this war is about, because you can't have that worldwide except 5 huge nations that are not going to do it, because it's called leakage in the system. You can only do it if everyone does it.
I don't like the idea of worldwide.
Which has,
digital
it's interesting, it has,
currency.
in Norway, there is no currency. It's all digital. 100%.
Yeah.
There's no currency anymore.
Cash.
There's no cash. So that allows, with AI, a super high level of control, and you can understand why, because you could say you're going to eliminate the black market and the gray market, unless people find other ways of doing it.
You're
But,
also
it becomes
unknowingly
harder to do without cash.
potentially supporting your own persecution one day, because anybody who doesn't go along with this system is going to be deemed a terrorist or a subversive potentially, right? So you're unknowingly, foolishly setting the groundwork that will undo you later. You're undoing your own foundation.
But what would this digital currency be based on?
Some societies like China, they're different. They're like hive people, and they believe that like the hive has a right to control everyone in the hive. In like, they all sort of go along with it, right? I mean,
Ben, because I think she just asked a really good question, Grace, that and again, I don't think anybody can prove this, but what it seems to be, right, it's kind of all speculation, but I think that's all of what politics is. It's
What I'm saying is,
already
if they had a digital currency, You can't base it on the dollar. The dollar
Right, but
loses
this is the
value
point.
every day. It's like it's just
The dollar
it's
is
in a
backed.
bubble.
The dollar is not backed by gold and silver anymore. It's backed
Right.
by the pledging of the people who use it, right? So the whole idea is the same thing in scripture, trading in the souls of man and woman, right? So in order to digitize, we have to tokenize. What does that essentially mean? It means that every being will be pledged as the collateral to generate the credit for
Correct.
the debt-based digitized system, right? It'll be backed by us, right? And this is the perfection of a, earth farm, I guess you could say. We're
It's the Matrix. Okay, you're unemployed.
No, it's not the Matrix. Paul's correct.
Again, you keep saying that, but I guarantee,
You
what, I'm
legit
not going
are.
to say it. I'm not going to go there.
If the
You're not
contemporary
gonna get
discussion
me to go
nowadays
there.
is about Iran,
Well,
you know
Paul,
that we
you
would
were-
have to topple Brazil, South Africa, fucking China. That's not happening
Please,
anytime
my
soon.
point is,
For a digitized
and
private,
I'm guessing at some
world
point here
currency.
that we need to get back to Jack and check in with him because
I know.
Check in with Jack.
that's a thing that goes on here, right? But can we keep it away from the whole "you're poor, you're broke, you're unemployed" and all that?
Yeah, I
garbage?
know.
The truth
Stop
is
that,
important.
Especially if we're not
I'm getting
gonna,
castigated
put
and
up on that.
implicitly being called gay with daddy
Lalo,
issues.
you're in the same place. You're living in
Lola,
your-
come on,
that's
Lolo.
fair
I'm a
enough.
god.
That's
I am
fair
a
enough.
god.
That's fair enough.
I'm like
I'll
Aries.
take
I'm
it.
like Aries.
I'll agree
go
with you to take a step back from the ad hominem when it comes to intimations about you and
just
your
called me
sexuality.
stupid,
That's fair
okay? You
enough.
called me
listen,
Lola,
I'm
take a
accepting
break.
I'm the
that.
Take a
most
breather.
informed, the greatest.
Lola. I've been called gay target by Red 40 for
Mohammed?
4 years. For 4 years. So calm down.
Okay, real quick, Jack, if
Awesome.
you'll allow me, just one little piece, flashback song, and then back to Jack. He walks like a woman, but he looks like a man, and every time he shakes, he's got a handshake. Lola. You remember that one, right? Okay, I'm teasing. See, I'm.
You know the Kinks are seen as
being
the
a dick.
originators of punk music by some people? Just a little tidbit. The first punk band.
They don't seem very punk.
There were elements of it.
Seems
I
like
don't
Brit pop. Yeah.
I love you, Lalo. Love is available. I have to
Everybody
remind
likes me.
myself of that.
Yeah,
Peace and
Paul
love
is a
available.
really much more vulnerable person. Like I've come to really respect him. You should too, Lalo. There's a lot of richness there, even though at first it comes across as Sav Sit. Like there's a lot more to him than that.
Okay, good on the list. I know you had a list there. You know it comes off like sob, sit, trailer dwelling.
Sob, sit, crazy, conspiracy theorist.
But I
We
think
should
Sob
really go
Sits
down
have a
that list.
lot of interesting points. I just think they go a little too far.
Here's what's so great about this. By the end of simulation 2029 and 2030, you yourself will be a full-on sob, sit, conspiracy theorist, fill in the blanks, right? I'm just ahead of my time. That's all that's going on here. Right? Just give them time, the Luciferians with their simulation. You'll start to see.
I'm in the
more of my
33rd
perspective.
month of a legal thing in which I've come to see that the legal system is absolutely like Kafka-esque. It's so crazy. So I've been red pilled on a lot of what people think is like the justice system. I mean, I agree. It's hard to see it as helpful to us as humans to go 33 months and destroy a family and get nowhere.
It's ridiculous. The bureaucracy, it profits from delays and overcomplication, and it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
The entire systems, the systems are broken. What we are living through, we're experience of different fragments of the systems, right? And I've said it before, when I came across Paul and several others, right? Paul, Passio, some of the others pointing out the nature of our governments. It really is the enemy. The systems of corporate and state are the enemy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. That is true.
But Jack, don't you also think they're so incompetent that you can actually, they're not really a very strong enemy in a way. They're so complacent, so out of it. You know what I mean? That gives you an opportunity. If everyone's asleep at the wheel, there's ways to control them.
Man.
No?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was asleep at the wheel. I'm evidence of a man who awakened and found a greater purpose. And that's what I realized. Those folks in government and the people who keep voting them in, everyone is asleep at the wheel. It's time to wake people up together because, Titanic's heading towards more icebergs. The U.S. starting conflicts in where? Iran, and where else we go today? Ecuador, something like that. This insanity.
Yeah. Well, look at the incompetence. 3 huge American jets were shot down by the Kuwaitis.
I heard
that's
that.
incompetent. How many millions of dollars is that? That's like
600.
It's got to be like
600 million.
Okay, friendly
it's 200
fire.
million per jet.
Yeah, but Ben, you also have to keep in
I mean,
mind
200 million. Yeah.
We also have to keep in mind that the story we get is oftentimes not the story as it takes place.
Oh my fucking god!
There's no way there's a flex there for like the high tech American military.
That was the Kuwait. That was friendly fire. That was the Kuwaitis thinking it was the Iranians. That wouldn't be on the Americans.
How could you
Still
miss
incompetent.
that? How could you miss that?
Because when a jet flies over, you've got like 3 to 5 seconds, or to decide whether or not to shoot it down. And by the time you think, I'm going to double guess, then you're going to get shot if you're on the ground.
But they flew from the air base in their country.
Yeah, but the Iranians are bordering Kuwait, so more or less they only had a matter of seconds to make a decision. If they're allies of the United States, why would they bother killing Americans?
But you tell the country that you're on their base. You tell them ahead of time what's going on, so they don't shoot you down. You don't have 3 to 5 seconds.
If you've got an opposing Iranian base right across,
unless there's a basic failure of communication, which is fine.
Could have been that.
Okay, and that's the point, and that's what I was getting to. All it takes in the world we live in nowadays is for some type of hacking and turning off of transponders and a miscommunication to get a bunch of people killed, and then the story to just go down as, well, there's their incompetence again. I mean, I think corruption is usually more likely than incompetence, although they're in the running for one another, right? They're definitely both in the running.
Okay.
The two go together and reward one another. It's sick.
It's complimentary, you could say.
We have a society that is so backwards. It's funny, yet it's not funny because humanity is suffering. Andy, thank you for that contributions. Hit the thumbs up or Lalo will steal your facial cleanser from your bathroom cabinet.
He does have a skincare routine. So
no, I don't.
Yes, you do.
But Jack, you pointed out that taking
I never did
out
anything around you.
You stay away from my cleanser, you brute.
The revered
I don't do
religious
facial
leader
stuff.
And hitting little girls is going to do the opposite of what we think it's going to do. We are not thinking straight if we think that's going to cause them to come around to our side. Because that's incompetence, strategic incompetence.
Jack, I'm in favor of you. I'll give it to you if you want it. I'm in favor of you taking the 3 World War letter from Albert Pike to Mazzini and the clip of Clausen, the Israeli lobbyist, 20 years ago saying that they want to sink ships and that they've been creating all these wars pretty much from the beginning of the inception of this supposed nation. Because I think people need to hear it and see it more, right? And it should just conclude. It should conclude all discussion about what this is, why it's happening. How it's working.
But Paul, do you think the Israelis are good at what they're doing or incompetent?
Again, the
Ben,
presumption
Ben,
is
could
that...
you give it back to Jack? I mean, come on, he's been waiting to talk. Jack, please go ahead.
Listen, Jack, I like when you take it back, okay? I'm a fan of that. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so much. I do. I love you so much. And I think this might be a sign. I am feeling the completion energy myself. Right here. Nothing but love for you and all who are here. And may the spirit of Talcott be with you all, especially our lost friend, Lalo.
Lalo, yeah. He's he seems like an extremist to me. But Jack, thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt Ben because I think Ben does have some good points at times. He does. But he's sometimes annoying. You know why? He's all into like his science symbolism. He's moving his hands all over the place, doing
This is what the
symbols.
whole panel is about. Is I feel like there's a thing from 2029. As Terminator. James Cameron told me about this. The trailer park utility bill's due
All right,
tomorrow.
no problem. So Jack, thank you for having me on. It was a great thing to do. You guys have a nice one. Thank you.
All right, inshallah, or whatever.
You know, Jack, I'm going to call you out. You're selfish because oftentimes you come to completion before the rest of us, and we don't come to completion at all.
Yeah, I feel.
It's just kind of always about you.
Paul,
and
start up a stream. Start up a stream.
I don't know.
Come on, we'll join. Jack will raid you, please.
I'm definitely not starting a stream then. I don't need any
victim.
Thorpe attention. All right, I've been
We
on
haven't finished our discussion
lately.
about war, though. It's interesting. Come on.
Maybe in the future at some point we'll collaborate as I start to feel more like myself again.
Paul,
as
you've been in
time
my
goes on.
Facebook DMs for 3 years.
He's in his
now.
refractory period, Grace. He's not ready to complete.
He said he did not get to completion.
Well, I found that one of the best ways for a woman to come to completion is for me not to be in the room. The older I get, the wiser I'm getting. So,
Lalo, you're
All right,
supposed to
ladies
laugh.
and gentlemen.
Humor. That's funny.
It's
Yeah,
not
very
funny.
demure.
I'm very upset.
You're autistic.
I'm very
Jack, I'll
upset.
see you guys.
Very demure,
Hey,
very
guys.
autistic of you.
fucking
I'm
hate
out of
you all.
here, ladies and gentlemen.
Much love. Holy cows. That. Dominic, you haven't had a chance to say a word yet.
It's all right. You know, I did just join, so
You've been here a little bit. Welcome to you. What I want to do is actually give you the last word. Let's see if Tony has anything for us. Tony, you got anything before we take off? Tony may have stepped away as well. I'm going to drop him out. Dominic, welcome. You've been here a little bit, and you're a polite and patient man. What are your thoughts or ideas or feeling? Please.
well, when it comes to war, you know, there was a time when I wanted to join the military and, you know, I wanted to be a special forces soldier and I would spend all this time exercising and looking at what they do and all this other stuff. And then actually it came down to what you said. I watched something from Mark Passio. I watched his video on the cult of ultimate evil, where he breaks down exactly what the military is all about. And for me, that was probably the most life-changing thing I've ever watched. I might very well be one of these people in Iran right now, or maybe I'd be stuck in the military wanting to get out if I didn't come across Mark Passio. But I would like to see Lalo watch that that presentation and still have the same views that he was expressing. But another thing I'd like.
What was the name of it again? Sorry, before you move on.
It's called Mark Passio and the Cult of Ultimate Evil.
The Cult of Ultimate Evil. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Please continue.
Another thing about war is, you know, we have to think about what war really is, right? And what it is we're trying to achieve something. It's a means to an end. So what is the end to war? Well, ultimately, I think it should ultimately be what you're saying, to end all wars, but we're a long way from achieving that, right? So when we look at something like Iran, what are the goals? What are their objectives? Are they achievable, or are they going to lead us into another, you know, multi-year long conflict that's going to spawn some insurgency that we're going to have to go back and fight again or something like that? You know, war is not that important. What war brings after it's done is what's important. That's the lasting impact. That's what people have to live with. You know, even though during war people have to live with that, and you know that's not very good for those people, certainly. But we have to remember or have in mind, if we want to go to war, what are we going to war for? And that's really what war is about. It's about achieving something. And you know, unfortunately, it's come to the point where bloodshed needs to be had for whatever reason. That's been decided, and people have decided to go out and spill blood. so be it. That's our choice as humans. You know, we need to own our responsibility if we want to go against things like natural law and kill each other because someone told us to. But like I said, what is the goal of the said war? That's really what it's all about. And that's my thoughts.
I appreciate it. I used to believe in war. I used to believe in a strong defense, a strong military. I used to have these ideas of nationalism and capitalism. I thought the economy was important, but I've been learning that
it's just built on trust.
What the war is about is disagreements and distrust, right? It's made out of fear. The only reason someone strikes another is out of fear of what they're imagining. We have the opportunity to end wars and conflicts. You're right, it has been chosen this way, but what's behind it? There's many things behind the choices, but the reality is it's not righteous. You know, whether it's to distract from the evidence in the Epstein files and the other accusations coming to light, or it's so many possibilities. But the reality is, what is it creating? War is creating death. God sent us here to live. We got another chaos agent in the back. Before we, I'll leave it up to you if you stick around, or Tommy.
No, you're going to get rid of him, and you're not going to call me a chaos agent, you stupid faggot. Now get rid of the Jewish ghost.
Are you referring to me as the Jewish ghost?
Yeah.
Me who has zero Jewish blood?
Self faggot. You're a son of Jack. Fuck off. You don't have to worry about me after today, Dom. I don't like you. Fuck off.
Okay. Well, I don't care if you like me or not. That doesn't really affect me.
Okay, do you care that I'm not listening to you and I'm waiting for you to leave?
No.
Well, that's why I don't like you.
Should I care?
Well, you should, because you've put words in my mouth and you've misrepresented me. You're a faggot fucking nigger. Fuck off.
Whoa. This anger, dude. What is behind the anger?
Hey, why don't you get your daddy with the keys to come kick him, Jack?
Who are you talking about?
Your daddy has the keys. You don't dunk. Fuck you. Get rid of him so I can get rid of you.
Why does one require the other?
5, 4. You love me, don't you? We're friends, right? 3.
Does that mean I have to submit?
All right, bye.
Does that mean I have to submit to you?
That's your idea.
Maybe if you ask,
hey, faggot, you want us all to submit to you?
Maybe if you ask me differently.
You nigger, I've asked you nicely a million fucking times and you suck your daddy's dick. I'm sick of your shit. You've lost 2 families. You've lost countless friends and you sit up here and lie and support lies. Sick of your shit. Fuck off.
How does that affect you?
Hey, you nigger. Why are you talking to me?
Because you're just screaming. I don't know.
Tell you what. Thank you, Dominic. Bear with. I'm gonna try and bring some peace. Oh, and now he's gonna bail. Here. Tell you what, Dominic. Thank you, and
good night, Jack. Agape all.
Hey, much love, Dominic. Thank you, my friend.
All right, where's
we've got Tony? Are you there? I saw you in the background.
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
Oh, very interesting couple of those guys are very interesting, aren't they? First time I've heard them speak. I'm new to this computer stuff, and I'm not very well, mainly because I'm blind. But, what I can read is white over black.
Okay.
Because this world is being run from the second dimension. Are you familiar with that concept?
I believe so. I believe
we've allowed men to put God's law on paper, which was never meant to happen.
Amen, brother.
And once they did that, they controlled the two-dimensional reality of this universe. God never created anything in two dimensions. It's only man that's done that. And we've used the black magic, and we've created the little black nodules with thousands of legs. If you got time to listen to some stories of mine, I don't know if you have or not. I don't know which platform I should be. I used to listen to you a few years ago, and I used to listen to Mark Passio and Max Egan, and I started off by listening to Alex Jones. It was somewhere on Alex Jones where somebody mentioned flat Earth, and I thought, that's some really loony right wing, like whatever. And I came across the same suggestion again. And then I realized that I'd known what's going on my whole life, but I was complacent, I was engaged, I was distracted. God is very, very good at putting an unlimited supply of distractions in this universe to occupy. We designed this thing, Jack, you and me. I don't know if there's very many more of us, because I can't find them. I'm here by myself. I'm sitting on 100 acres in the best place on earth. We get the winds straight from Antarctica here. But I've got 100 acres and I can't find anybody like you.
I encourage you to stay your course, brother, and keep your faith that it's happening, right? The pieces are coming together for you, for me, for us. I second that, Nude Guru. Tony for co-host. Tony's a cool dude with some life lived, right?
Yeah, well, when you got time, I have got so many stories. I'll tell you, have I got time? Am I allowed to talk?
You know what, Tony? I was ready to wrap up, but I could sit through some stories from you if you don't mind. And for those who are here, I think they may appreciate that too.
Yeah. Well, I did. Yeah, you can see me on the camera, can't you?
Yes, sir.
I'm not. But this is part of my place out there.
Looks beautiful.
What's that, a duck or a chook? I don't know. There's a dark thing just there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but anyway, hey, okay. It's only in the last few months, probably 6 months since I got out of jail, right? They put me in jail. They put me in jail for 6 weeks because a woman said that I made her feel insecure.
Okay.
And there's 2 women now that have got restraining orders out against me. My daughter-in-law stole $2 million off me in the last year or so because I've been a creator my whole life. I've built. If you go to my website, you'll just see a little example, and my website No, it's not a website. It's a YouTube channel. I don't know how to make it work, but a friend did it for me a few years ago. If you just type in Tony Drake water wheel, that's one of the things I created. But anyway, back to my first real. See, I'm 77 now, right? When I was a kid, my grandmother used to have Sunday school lessons, and she told us that to be very careful what you put on paper, because everything you put on paper becomes a spell, and it's made of spellings, and it creates sentences.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't go to school until I was 7 years old, and by then my father had taught me a hell of a lot about the universe, and especially geometry and how to measure the height of a tree by just using the shadow.
Beautiful.
Yes,
So
and
you-
I eventually went to school when my younger brother was old enough to hold my hand, because I couldn't see steps and things like that.
Okay.
But when I did eventually go to school, one of the first things the teacher tried to tell me was that the sun was 400 times bigger than the moon. And I said, don't be damn ridiculous.
All right. So what was your conclusion then?
About what?
The size.
Oh, well, okay. My conclusion is that God created me with the best possible tools to experience the reality he gave to us, and he gave us the choice of either accepting the reality that God showed us or believing in a man who uses numbers on paper to create a false reality for us to live in. Apparently, cannot be denied. Apparently, the sun and the moon are both the same size. Once you understand that, then you know what the fuck they've been doing to us. Sorry, I shout a bit, sorry.
You're all right, man. I'm not sure I'm on board with all of that.
What's your problem, Peace?
Well, from what I found on the sun and the moon, I mean, there's a lot of mysteries, but
apparently they are the same size. You agree with me or not?
No.
Do you agree with my statement that apparently using the powers that God gave us, okay, using the powers God gave us, are we going to believe in God or are we going to believe in man? It's as simple as that, Jack.
All right. Well, no, I believe in God for sure. And thank you to Freak for the question. There's another question from Kay. She wants to visit. You open to company?
Yes, I've been looking for people with an open mind my whole damn life.
I understand. You're over in England, though, right?
No. I'm in Nornalup. Write it down. Norn, Nornalup. It's adjacent to Walpole. There's a town that's the closest town to the ice wall or the South Pole, but we'll call it Walpole. Western Australia.
Western Australia. Holy cow.
The far southwest, as close as you can get to the ice wall, and the town's called Walpole. And that's where I live, and I'm welcoming anybody in the world who has a mind nearly as good as yours, Jack, but not as good as mine.
Tony, in Australia, a place I've never been, so let's set it in my heart. You know what? Maybe I'll come visit you, my friend. There's a question here.
You'll be lucky. I don't think the fucking airplanes are going to be going much longer.
Oh, you're missing out on. We'll swing back to that idea. There's a question from DeFreak. What does he say about Jesus Christ than Trump? Tony, what do you feel on Christ and Trump?
Can we take one at a time? What are you asking me?
Yeah, one at a time.
Jesus Christ?
Sure. Yes.
Whatever. I'll make this statement first, okay?
Okay.
Anything and everything I ever say is to the best of my ability, of the honesty of the truth that I can muster, and I might be wrong tomorrow, and I'm prepared to change my mind at any moment.
Beautiful.
So I put that caveat on, right? So I don't want to be blamed by somebody else for misinterpreting what I say.
I got you. I understand that.
Hey, I was brought up on Mark Passio.
He helped me open up my mind to a number of things as well.
Anyway, Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, of all, I mean, I don't know what's happened in this universe. In fact, I don't even believe in linear time, if you want to really know. Okay.
All right. Okay.
And I don't know if you're familiar with the great bells. Are you familiar with the great bells?
From the churches and stuff?
Yeah, you go on the internet, you can see these bells that are 6 meters in diameter, right?
Okay.
They're made of brass. Stalin, when he got into power, he ordered the destruction of every bell that was in unison with the creation of the universe. These bells put out exactly 118 hertz, and they were designed to maintain the DNA of the body. But anyway, Stalin got them all removed. Inside these bells, they have a spiral that starts at the top and proceeds all the way down to the outer edge. Not many people are looking into this, but I believe those bells were a scale model of our universe.
Interesting theory.
There's much evidence. If anybody I'm a privileged person, Jack. I retired about 30 years ago, and I've been studying the whole time, at least 4 or 5 hours every fucking day.
Good for you, brother.
And I'm 77, and I'll challenge anybody older than me, okay? But I will not support the ideas of these kids that have not lived yet. I'll give no authority to anybody. I'll give consideration to people that are my elders, but I give no authority to anybody other than God, and he will decide my fate. And I am his messenger. I am the reluctant Messiah.
We are playing that role, my brother. Humbly it is to be received, right? And I see that with you. I feel that with me. But I do believe that God is doing something special. Something special is happening here on earth at this time. Your devotion to study, Tony, the same as me, the same as many others. There's many people who have been devoted and led to study, to discovering bigger pictures, bigger ideas of the world, rather than this nonsense money system that has everyone at war and competing with each other. We can change it all.
And yet we believe these scientists who put lettering on paper. They put black over white. Do you see the difference?
Well, limited minds have been reduced to believing in limited ways, right? In the rules written by others and left in writing. And then the all capital identification, right? It's all just a big numbers game. It's brilliant. Life is an absolute gift, and mankind, we have truly been living it wrong.
Yep.
But I have faith. Tony, there's a reason our paths crossed. Let's cross paths another time. If you don't mind, I'd love to have you back again. There's many people I noticed in the chat. You are a star, my brother.
I'm pleased to talk to anybody who's prepared to really listen. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. Very good, Jack. Hey, I'm glad I reconnected with you because you gave me advice about how to appear when I went in court, and I did end up in jail because they don't like anybody telling the truth.
That is how it works. You were used as an example, my brother.
I learned a lot. Everything, if I go back, I've been back and I've redacted and I've relived every dream of everything that I can remember. And now I've realized that every single little thing was the pathway I needed to follow to get to my destination. It's the Wizard of Oz. Everybody should go and watch it again, The Wizard of Oz, and see if it correlates with your initial seeing of that movie, which I gave to my kids as Christmas presents. About 15 years ago. The Mandela effect is extremely evident, and so therefore God can give us messages in mysterious ways. Yeah, anyway, you realised I can just keep talking. That's my problem.
Hey, brother, I'm going to drop you out, and I am going to start wrapping us up. I want to appreciate everyone who joined. Holy cow, sorry about that. Trying to get some things set up and getting together here. Tony, thank you to Paul, the Thorpes, to everybody who swung through, was a part of today. Even if we didn't necessarily get along, we ran long today. The topic, it is only love. I tell you what, I was with those ideas a lot today, and with love, only love, allowing love and only love to be for you and with you. Tell you what, praise God, choose love, live without fear, to walk with faith. It is the way. And I am confident bumper stickers and all sorts of stuff may be going on. OTW, there was requests for OTW, for Tarek, for Paul, if Paul started, but I didn't see that. What I did see is my brother, Insane Wheels, Mike Ball. He is streaming some stuff right now about the U.S. strikes Iran, which is in line with what I want to be about. Brothers and sisters, I am going to wrap it up here. Sincerely, to all of us, be with love, right? This life, it is only love. It is only given for you to love. So be with love and allow love to be with you. Give yourself permission. And, we'll see what happens the next time. I hope to see you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless and peace.